unnerving is what Cyrus would say if he was here. But hey, bye. You're checking the stock market, sir. Please, you started the ghost story stream. I'm talking to you.
I was checking this 3 minute came live.
podcast. Welcome to this pod stream. We are all doing mandavli, like आधा उनका आधा अपना. But good evening, everyone. Welcome to another unnerving stream. I don't know if it'll be as unnerving as last night's stream. I might pass out in the middle of tonight's stream. I don't know, because we're all very like toasted. So let's begin, guys. 10 baje sahu aa jayega. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for our punctual and always there paranormal panelists. And also these guys.
Yes.
Menon.
Arey, talia.
Wonderful sound effects, and of course, Cyril, Robert Pattinson, Diablo.
Yeah. Talia. And
The one and only, the master of ceremonies.
Yeah.
The
master.
the biggest master, the master of ghost ceremony. The one and only
Hoezaay Kawako. Talia. Kante.
I thought you were saying chale. Chale apan niguya. Anyway, Suresh, somebody's saying, please apna camera saaf kar lena. This is kachra on it. You keep a small cloth handy. Na? Ravi Kala, these streams feel like home. Arey bhai, idhar. Anyway, guys, let's get all the disclaimers out of the way. If you start your story with "there's no ghost in this," but पुराने दिन का वो आ जाएगा.
कौन सा disconnecting tone है?
Landline disconnecting sounds you hear.
Very nice.
And we are completely unhinged now after yesterday's streams. So anything can happen. Suresh might बीच में suddenly गाली देगा, किसी को निकाल देगा and all. This is how it's going to happen now. Suresh, all good? You guys are fine? Cyril, yes?
Yeah.
I'm a little numb from this yesterday. It's taking a little time, but yeah. No, I'll be fine. I think I'll get through it. I might take a nap in between, but that's because I love you all.
So somebody said कि ये सब live stream live ही देखने का पता नहीं risk नहीं लेने का बाद में edit हो जाएगा वगैरह. तो Spyro वगैरह. Let's begin, guys. Here we go. Any other disclaimers? Please keep them to ghost stories.
Yeah.
If there's no
Yeah, and
ghost,
also,
please call him at
I think Hoezaay, we should also say, to the ghosts, in case they're watching us, that we
Don't feel
respect
bad.
you all.
Yeah.
We respect you all.
Yes.
No, don't feel bad ka pata nahi.
Oh.
But I respect you all. Hoezaay ne bola don't feel bad very arrogantly anyway. So
I didn't say anything arrogant. Shaunak Virashi says, Boni aage rele, love you all, and Suresh Minion, sir.
Oh, Minion.
Hey, that'd be a cool picture, Suresh. You dress up as a minion and then you change your display name to Suresh Minion. Anyway, ready, guys? Music band. Like to sab log hey, background music band. Kare la bhai. Ho gaya.
Yeah, bye. Yeah.
Okay. So, I wish you guys the best of luck. As you know, it's I don't know, maybe we should explain it starting. These are comedy / love clinic / ghost stories. So you'll get one or the other. Right? Or maybe let's not get into this. Let's not get into our late night discussion.
Yeah. Let's not it. And that's all we have, folks. Good night.
Good night.
That was yesterday's stream after Hoezaay put it back.
Like, anyway. I like the Harami chat. They think Cyril looks like a guy who guards a cemetery. I don't know what that means even.
Oh,
but
wow. What does that look like? Anyway, my brains are all over the place.
Yeah.
By the way, let me share it with the general people watching.
Yes,
Mr. Kawako was so harrowed last night. He spent editing a lot of stuff that people didn't want to be there in the stream that we did yesterday. And he was awake till, like, I'm not kidding. I saw he was still chatting at 11:30 something.
Correct.
But I'm always awake.
I respect you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And yet you made it on time on your own channel for this lovely ghost story.
Correct.
Please, अफवाहें मत फैलाइए इधर सर. Cyril, आपका ऑडियो थोड़ा लो
मुझे बोलने दो.
बोलिए मिस्टर चिदंबरम.
मुझे बोलने दो. मतलब for $10, $50 जो सुपर चैट्स में दे रहे हैं, ये सब मतलब Hoezaay महान हो
आरामजादे।
मतलब $1000 देना शुरू करो फिर भी उसे रहेगा यहाँ पे।
Venkat Raman Nayak. Glad to see Shakib Al Hassan doing live pod stream on his non-cricketing days. Yes, I'm very sorry about the stump incident. Many people were upset with what I did with those stumps. I was having a tough day. Someone made me edit a stream the previous night, so I had to break those stumps. Now, बहुत हो गया तुम लोग का.
Okay.
Also, the rules: you gotta keep your camera on.
Yeah.
ये stream में camera on mandatory,
Yeah,
sir,
yeah.
because
No.
it's a security feature. Like
also because
fingerprint.
because booth को पता चलेगा कि कौन बोल रहा है story.
Correct. Yes. So
Yeah.
figure out how that works. Not exactly sure. So I wish everyone a wonderful ghost story stream. Best of luck to you. I hope you get chills. If not, I hope you get a couple of laughs.
Saturday the 14th.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Animesh, lovely ceiling you have there. It looks amazing. We really like it. Arey, bye.
Can you hear me, Hoezaay?
We can hear you very clearly, sir.
You're echoing in our ears.
Arey, bye. Have we interrupted you during work hours?
Oh.
What's
I
happening?
do a very interesting job to come on a ghost story stream. I work as a night manager for a hotel.
Oh, lovely. Fantastic.
So
This
some
is going to be...
authenticity at last.
I'm just going to quickly say this here because it's like a good omen when I say आज फाड़ू stream होने वाला है. We got it. Looking spiffy as hell, bro. Go for it. The stage is yours.
Thank you.
And
Big fan. I've been trying for so long. In between, I stopped it, but then I got this job. So now I literally stay up when you guys are streaming. Good luck. Luckily for me, just before starting this stream, just before starting my story, I had to go on so we have to go on security checks, right? I'm the only person in the hotel. Right now, it's a 5-story old Scottish hotel in New Zealand. So I just went on a security check on 5 floors, just checking if all those emergency doors are closed after what happened at the hotel in Cyril. So yeah, thank God I finished that. So now I don't have to go back on the floors after this.
so do you have like crazy stories from your line of work?
Not from my line of work really, but just from my time back in Mumbai. So I did my hotel management from Mumbai and stayed there for 13 years and then moved here. So just not really a crazy story. Just I used to stay with my Baba there. He was my father's youngest brother. I used to call him Baba. I still call him Baba. And we used to stay in
booth hai na story mein. Just checking. I have to check now. I've been asked to check. Please continue.
मतलब हम लोग को
booth का attendance.
पर लोग उनको बहुत रेफर करते थे. तो हम लोग मलाड बाबा फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में थे और मैं होटल मैनेजमेंट करता था. तो मैं उनके साथ रहता था. मलाड में घर शिफ्ट करते थे और मलाड में एक बिल्डिंग में हम लोग रहते थे. हमने रियलाइज किया कि मैं और बाबा के अलावा भी घर में और कोई रहता था. तो हमें पहले लगा कि यार शायद ये ठीक नहीं है क्योंकि कुछ चीजें होने लगी. जैसे अक्सर 2 लोग खाना खाने बैठ रहे हैं तो 3 प्लेट निकलती. अगर 2 लोग के लिए खाना निकाला है तो अपने आप तीसरे बंदे के लिए भी अपने आप हमारे खुद से कभी कभी गलती से 3 प्लेट निकलती थी. बट वो गलती बहुत बार होने लग गई और फिर कुछ पैटर्न्स दिखने लग गए. जैसे जो भी वहां रहते थे उनको शायद हमारा कभी कभी हम ड्रिंक करते थे तो उनको शायद वो पसंद नहीं था तो बॉटल स्मैश हो जाना और ऐसी बस छोटी छोटी चीजें होती रहती थी. उसके बाद धीमे धीमे वो चीजें और बढ़ने लग गई. जैसे कई बार ऐसा होता था कि मैं काफी लेट आता था घर पे और बाबा शूट के लिए बाहर रहते थे और मैं अगर अपने फ्रेंड के साथ पार्टी करके आ रहा हूँ तो मैं ऐसे ही सो गया बेड पे. लेकिन सुबह आई यूज्ड टू फाइंड माई सेल्फ कि किसी ने मेरे को someone has nicely tucked me in and it was just very weird. So after a while मजाक में मैं और बाबा उस एंटिटी को आंटी बुलाने लगे कि एक आंटी है जो हमारे साथ वो हमारा ख्याल रखती है. और कोई भी आता था तो वो डर जाता था पर हम बोलते थे डरो मत यार आंटी है. तो बोलते थे तुमने तीसरी प्लेट में खा. तो अब फिर हम तीसरी प्लेट निकालते थे तो उसमें थोड़ा खाना भी रख देते थे कि भाई आंटी है कुछ खा लेंगी. इस तरीके की चीजें होने लगी. उसके बाद एक बड़ा इंसिडेंट ये हुआ कि हमारे एक और चाचा हैं वो आए थे घर पे और उनके 2 बच्चे हैं जिसमें एक लड़की है और एक लड़का है. तो जो लड़का था वो अपनी मम्मी के पास सो रहा था और उनकी लड़की जो है वो बाथरूम गई और बाथरूम करके आके वो चिल्लाते हुए बाहर आई. बोला मम्मी देखो आयुष ने क्या किया. उनके भाई का नाम आयुष है. उन्होंने बोला क्या हुआ. उसने बोला बाथरूम करके. तो उसने उधर से जो वॉशर होता है उससे मेरे ऊपर पानी फेंक के भाग गया हंस के. तो उन्होंने बोला पर आयुष तब से यहाँ पे सो रहा है. फिर धीमे धीमे उन्होंने रियलाइज किया शायद ये आंटी बच्चों के साथ खेलना भी पसंद है. खैर ये सब चीजें चलती रही. उसके बाद इसका कभी कुछ कंक्लूजन निकला नहीं कि वो आंटी थी या नहीं थी. फिर इवेंचुअली टाइम आ गया और मैं बस ये स्टोरी खत्म ही करने वाला हूँ, तो आई नो पनवेल बहुत जल्दी आ जाता है।
No, please.
बट
तो
मैं उस घर से मूव आउट हो गया इवेंचुअली फिर, और इसका कोई कंक्लूजन नहीं निकला। फिर मैं और बाबा अलग अलग रहने लग गए। मैं आई मूव टू माय ओन प्लेस एंड इट वाज जस्ट दैट टाइम कि मुझे लगा मुझे अब एक जॉब भी लग गई है, अपनी जगह ले लेनी चाहिए। और उस टाइम पे अगर अपनी जगह चाहिए तो रॉयल पाम्स करके एक जगह है आर्या, वहां पे अक्सर यू फाइंड रियली गुड प्लेसेस एंड एट अ रियली cheap rent. Like for $30,000 we found a 3 BHK which had ACs and stuff, and this was a place which was called Lakeview. Lakeview used to overlook a lake, like the name suggests, and apparently there used to be leopards and all who used to come to have water there from the lake. और उस अभी तो मुझे नहीं पता वहाँ पे कैसा है, बट उस टाइम पे आफ्टर 9 PM आरए पे जो चेक नाका लगता है, उसके बाद आपको अगर जाना है तो आपको अपना आई कार्ड दिखाना पड़ता था कि आई स्टे इन रॉयल पाम्स, एंड देन द पुलिस यूज्ड टू लेट यू गो and the taxis just wouldn't take you, right? And me and Baba used to always talk कि अरे पता नहीं यार आंटी का क्या हुआ, मेरे साथ आई है तुम्हारे साथ गई, मालूम नहीं. But then we forgot about the whole auntie thing, and I started staying at RA with a couple of my friends from work. One day one of my friends didn't go to work and I went for work. I was coming back late in the night, so I come back home from work and he has not gone to work, he is gone to work, and I come back only to find him sitting in one corner with a rolling pin in his hand and shivering, right? And like क्या हुआ भाई, मतलब एक तो तू rolling pin पकड़ के क्यों बैठे वाला था, और क्या हो गया, क्यों कांप रहा है? And he was like कि कुछ बहुत ही अजीब हुआ. मैंने लगा क्या हुआ? So often in Lakeview leopards आ जाता था, अगर बारिश का मौसम है स्पेशली, तो leopards can come around, right? और हम लोगों का बालकनी का दरवाजा थोड़ा खुला हुआ था. He was chilling in the house and when he heard नीचे से वॉचमैन ने चिल्लाया कि अपना अपना खिड़की बंद करो, leopard आया है. तो सब लोगों ने बंद किया, बट जब तक ये बंद करता, he could hear if something just jumps into your balcony, you can tell कि कुछ आया मेरे balcony.
Correct.
And ये realized कि balcony में कोई creature आया. And leopard does not really roar or growl. It's a very soft growl that a leopard does, right? So he could hear कि कुछ हुआ है, but अभी उसको पट रही थी कि मैं जाके दरवाजा कैसे बंद करूं. तो बस कोने में बैठा था डर के मारे कि अगर leopard अंदर आए तो गेम है. वो बस बैठा हुआ था. मैंने बोला उसके बाद तूने क्या किया? उसके बाद बोला भाई उस पे मेरी नहीं फटी, उसके बाद जो हुआ फिर मेरी फटी. बोला क्या हुआ? तो उसने बोला ऐसा लगा मुझे जैसे कोई आया बालकनी में, और as if there was a female who just came there and started whispering. She whispered something. It was as if she was talking to the leopard. So all I could hear was a female voice just going, and then the leopard just jumped out and left. And that just took me back to the whole thing. Was it auntie? Who was that female who came and whispered and the leopard just left? Well, after that, nothing really happened. And then eventually I left India to study and now I'm in New Zealand. Me and Baba, whenever we still talk, we just wonder where auntie is, if she's still watching over us. That was my story, guys.
Oh, bro, man, kya narration. People are like narration 10 on 10. Then of course somebody is upset. They're like, मैं अपना होटल में इनको नहीं लेके आऊंगा ना. But bro, wow. Oh my God.
Animesh, how's your friend first of all? Because pehle cheez, there's a leopard and top of there's someone whispering to it.
I'm not. Can I ask the most important question that actually struck me over here is that I want to ask how the watchman is doing. Because वो तो वो दूसरे लोगों को खिड़की बंद करने के लिए बोल रहे, वो तो बाहर ही था. So is he still there?
He's wrestling with the leopard downstairs.
छोटा वाला वो रॉयल पाम्स में सारे वॉचमैन लोगों को, क्योंकि वहाँ पे बहुत कॉमन था तभी लेपर्ड आना. अभी भी I'm sure because after all we have intruded the space, तो वो तो आएंगे.
But 100% कोई बोलेगा कि देखो you are talking to auntie and calling her and all, फिर auntie, then somebody even typed auntie क्या मैं आऊँ क्या or something in the chat. What the hell? But man, wow, great story, bro. Thanks for sharing with us.
Great story, dude. It's amazing.
मजा आ गया.
Let's start with the story session.
Keep doing this so that I can keep surviving these night shifts.
Yeah. Don't have too many more stories though.
No, I should tell him. So Animesh, don't have a story from your hotel where you are managing it right now. So
people in the hotel line have a lot of like these stories within
you
the
said
hotel. Have you
Scotland.
experienced anything like that?
New
Zealand. Okay.
I haven't, but this is like a small Scottish town called Dunedin on the southern island of New Zealand. And it has own fair shares of horror stories. I am not aware of this hotel, but I'm fairly new. It's only been 2 months, and I hope I don't know any because I'm only the night manager. I don't want to.
Right now, the hotel needs urgent help, and they're like, "Where is this guy gone?
He's hiding in the corner."
And then they check.
But do read it up. They have some amazing folk stories, especially like Scottish folk stories and stuff like that. So I mean, not that I'm trying to scare you or make your life a little difficult out there, but if you have,
if you can, you think I'll get a job there?
You're talking about where the leopard is or where he is?
Where he is. Leopard, I'm not going.
Many habubus were received. Animesh, thank you and best of luck, buddy. Have a good one. Thanks so much for being on the stream with us. Cheers.
So you have a good evening, man.
Kya vibe,
what a great
style.
Story.
He had a
what a
cup
great
of chai
story.
in a suit and all, bro.
Ambience, Saita. I think it's a good story. We should end on this note.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah.
We don't want to ruin the stream
because the next guy say, मेरा अंकल का भूत आया था, फिर आंटी भी आई थी वहाँ पर, आंटी ने अंकल को मारा. And then I said, oh, sir, can you please delete that?
And he's so sweet. He's so sweet, right? He calls referring to Baba. The chat was saying, Segal बोल रहे क्या किसको?
Yeah, Baba, and he said film industry. I'm thinking it's Sanjay Dutt. तू डरना मत. इधर आंटी बैठ के खा रही है. समझा नहीं.
ये लेपर्ड आ गया.
लेपर्ड को मैं भगाऊंगा. Circuit.
Real quick, Atul Dravid, Vinay RK, and Priya Prakash. Thank you so much for your super chats.
Thank you.
Says love to my favorite panelists. Who's that?
I don't know.
We can send the ghost or no ghost. These Hira log must go on. She wants us to leave, यार. किधर जाते हैं?
Go on.
ठीक है, चलो निकलते हैं.
आप हो क्या?
सब लोग हैं यहाँ पर.
चित्रजीत मित्रा.
मित्रा, तुम्हें आएस का?
हाँ में जवाब दीजिए.
Hey Suresh, I think for every person who doesn't talk now, you pretend like you're reaching to the other side.
Yeah.
You get.
चित्रजीत मित्रा जी, आप जहाँ पर भी है, please हमें.
Usually people fall asleep 1 hour at least into the stream, at least 30 minutes. चलो, it's been only 17 minutes. Okay,
I think आज no थोड़ा role reversal करना पड़ेगा. Let them talk and we'll sleep.
Oh yeah.
I'm so ready to take a nap right now. Hello. Hey, it's connecting to audio.
अरे यार.
Chitrajit, have you been on the stream before, sir?
Looks familiar, doesn't he?
क्योंकि मैं बहुत बार after the stream के videos पे रहा हूँ.
चलो ठीक. Nice. As if we really care about these things. हम लोग ऐसे ही कर रहे हैं.
भूत है कहानी पे.
कैसे हो चित्रजीत? सब ठीक है? अच्छा. The dogs are already going crazy. They're like, "Rawr."
हाँ, वो actually ये शुरू हुआ उसी टाइम ये लोग आवाज करते हैं.
Cyril का माहौल बन रहा है. Anyway, go for it, buddy. Tell us your ghost
first
story.
of all, इसके पूरा मतलब स्ट्रीम करने के लिए थैंक यू, क्योंकि स्पेशली कोविड टाइम्स में तो बहुत ही मुश्किल था, तो थैंक यू सो मच.
तो कर सकते.
पागल है तू. ठीक है, थैंक यू. एक और टाइम बोलते हैं. नहीं, आप जोकिंग.
तो मेरी जो स्टोरी है वो मेरे जो ग्रैंडफादर के एक भाई हमारे साथ रहते थे, उनके गुरु का है. तो मेरे ग्रैंडफादर के जो भाई थे, उन्होंने शादी नहीं की थी और वो बहुत ही मतलब एस्ट्रोलॉजी और इन सब में रहते थे. और उनके जो गुरु थे वो प्रॉपर तांत्रिक थे. तो तांत्रिक का मतलब इन दिस सेंस मैं वो बॉलीवुड टाइप का तांत्रिक की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ जो वो
निरंजन वो वाला नहीं.
हाँ, वो नहीं. जो ईस्टर्न साइड ऑफ द कंट्री रहते हैं वो समझ पा रहे होंगे कि मैं कैसे तांत्रिक की बात कर रहा हूँ. तो जो पर्सन है वो बाय द वे एक्सपोर्ट डिपार्टमेंट में थे और मतलब वो सब ऑफिशियल वो था, उसके साथ वो ये करते थे. और कभी भी उन्होंने कोई वो नहीं किया, क्या कहते हैं, पेमेंट वो नहीं लेते थे इन सब चीजों के लिए. तो मेरे जो दादाजी के भाई थे, उनका काम था कि वो जो भी उनके स्टोरीज होते थे उनको वो कंपाइल करते थे. अनफॉर्चुनेटली 2004 में, मैं इलाहाबाद से बोल रहा हूँ, तो इलाहाबाद में फ्लड आया था तो बहुत कुछ खराब हो गया था. तो पर स्टोरीज एक दो उन्होंने मुझे सुनाई थी तो मुझे वो पता है. तो एक बार इलाहाबाद के ही एक फैमिली की बात है. तो उनके फैमिली में हस्बैंड वाइफ, जो हस्बैंड है उनके फादर थे और 2 बच्चे थे. जो हस्बैंड थे, उनके जो फादर थे उनको मतलब बहुत एज थी, 90s में वो थे और बहुत टाइम से उनकी तबीयत मतलब बहुत ज्यादा खराब चल रही थी. तो वो मतलब रेस्ट करते रहते थे, ऐसा कुछ वो उनका मतलब दिन भर का कुछ था नहीं। एक दिन क्या हुआ कि एक ट्रेंड उनके बेटे ने देखना शुरू क्या किया कि ये दिन भर सोते थे और रात को मतलब 2 बजे 3 बजे जागेंगे और जो उनकी बहू है उनसे वो कहेंगे कि मुझे खाना दो। अब एक इतने एज के इंसान जिनकी तबीयत इतनी खराब चल रही है उनसे उनको वो खाना जरूर देते थे, पर वो फिर धीरे धीरे स्पेसिफाई करने लगे कि उनको चाहिए क्या। तो वो कहते थे कि मुझे मटन ही चाहिए या नॉनवेज ही चाहिए मुझे खाने के लिए, और बहुत ही ज्यादा अमाउंट में वो चावल मटन ये सब खाने लगे, और जो एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं होता है इतनी एज के एक बहुत ही वीक इंसान से वो करने का। 3-4 दिनों बाद उनके बेटे को थोड़ा सा वो डाउट हुआ कि कुछ फिट नहीं बैठ रहा है। तो इनसे जो वो गुरु हैं उनको उन्होंने इलाहाबाद में वो थोड़े से वो थे क्या कहते लोगों से जान पहचान थी, तो उनके थ्रू वो बात हुई, तो वो पहुंचे उनके यहाँ। तो उन्होंने उनकी पूरी बात सुन के उन्होंने कह दिया कि जिस दिन मैं आऊंगा उस दिन थोड़ा मतलब अपनी फैमिली को स्ट्रांग करके रखना, कि समझा के रखना पहले से। तो उनको ना कुछ समझ में नहीं आया पहले तो कि बात क्या चल रही है। जब वो पहुंचे जिस दिन, उन्होंने देखा सुबह के टाइम वो पहुंचे, उन्होंने देखा कि ऑफ कोर्स वो सो रहे हैं जो दादाजी हैं, और उन्होंने कहा कि देखो मैं बता रहा हूँ बात क्या है, तुम्हारे फादर की डेथ हो चुकी है, ओके, तुम तैयारी कर लो कि मतलब उसके लिए तैयारी कर लो कि इस जो भी होगा उसके बाद कुछ भी वो नहीं होने वाला है, कोई देयर इज नो वे कि तुम्हारे फादर जिंदा होके आएंगे। वो अंदर जब जाते हैं रूम के तो ना दादाजी उठ जाते हैं और उनके ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा मतलब चिल्लाने लगते हैं, गाली गलौज करने लगते हैं। तो वो वापस आ जाते हैं और फिर वो आके कहते हैं उनको कि मैं अब जब अंदर जाऊंगा तुम दरवाजा बाहर से बंद कर लेना और तुम खिड़की से देखते रहना कि क्या होने वाला है, ओके। वो वापस अंदर जाते हैं, वो बाहर से दरवाजा बंद हो जाता है और वो उनको कहते हैं कि, और वो वापस से वो चिल्लाने लगते हैं उनके ऊपर कि कौन हो तुम, क्यों आए हो, और बहुत ही बुरे लैंग्वेज में उनसे बोलने लगते हैं। तो ये कहते हैं कि अपने पॉकेट से एक नाइफ निकालते हैं और वो कहते हैं कि मैं अपना हाथ काटने वाला, स्प्लिट करने वाला। हाँ, और तुम्हें पता है कि जब मेरे हाथ से ब्लड का एक ड्रॉप नीचे गिरेगा तो तुम्हें पता है क्या होने वाला है, उसके पहले तुम चले जाओ, नहीं तो उसके बाद तुम सोच लेना। ये सुनते ही उनका ना जो बात करने का तरीका था वो बदल गया और वो हिंदी में बात करने लगे कि नहीं नहीं मैं जा रहा हूँ, और मतलब बहुत ही डर के वो बोलने लगे, हाँ वो मैं जाने वाला हूँ, मुझे जाने दो मुझे जाने दो। तो वो कहते हैं तुम जाओ मैं चला जाऊंगा। तो वही वो होने लगा, उन्होंने उतने में अपना पाम को चाकू से वो कर दिया और उन्होंने कहा कि तुम देख पा रहे हो कि ये ब्लड गिरेगा तो तुम्हारे साथ क्या होगा, और वो जा ही नहीं रहे हैं। बिफोर कि ब्लड जमीन पे गिरे वो जो बैठे थे दादाजी वो गिर जाते हैं बेड पे और उनकी डेथ हो जाती है। वो बाहर आते हैं और उनके बेटे को कहते हैं कि तैयारी कर लो, तुम्हारे फादर की डेथ हो चुकी है और मतलब अंतिम संस्कार की तैयारी कर लो। अब स्टोरी यहीं पे समाप्त हो जाती है। इंटरेस्टिंग बात है कि मैं ना ये सब वैसे मानता नहीं हूँ, पर इतने सारे स्टोरीज सुने हैं ना फैमिली में कि थोड़ा लगता है कि क्या हो सकता है,
कुछ
क्या
है
पॉसिबिलिटी।
क्या इसमें बात।
हाँ,
वाओ ब्रो।
So basically, he was possessed, and he was alive because of the possession for all those days, right?
या
Wow.
माय गॉड। बट कुछ
Quite
लोग
scary.
शुरू में कुछ लोग बोल रहे थे कि अरे ही इज डिस्क्राइबिंग अस एंड दे डिस्क्राइबिंग मी। मैं रात को 2 बजे उठता हूँ,
Oh yeah.
स्पेसिफिकली उनको मटन ही चाहिए था। ब्रो ग्रेट स्टफ, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर
Great
शेयरिंग
stuff,
buddy।
Nice, nice story, Chitriji.
Thank you so much, bro. That's a
Have a
really
good
बहुत
night।
freaky
बढ़िया,
story.
खूब
बहुत
भालो,
बढ़िया।
खूब भालो।
शुक्रिया
Thank you, sir.
हमारे साथ आने के लिए।
Oh,
इस मंच पर आपका
खामोश।
Suresh, I must say that you with the tea strainers on your eyes is really
fantastic. Ambience added. Ambience added.
कोई अच्छा चीज है ही नहीं दुनिया में, but
उसको वापस ले आता हूँ.
yeah, अभी कर सकता है. See, like what Cyril is doing. I'm so tired. मैं Cyril का दो देखा अभी.
That was दो Cyril और एक
Cyril messed up by leaving with the shot on. I saw him leave the frame. So stupid. Yeah, we know Cyril being so.
What's happening?
So stupid, you guys. Anyway, Pravanchan says, love you all, the Hira log here. And also, Harami Charis love more than the ghost stories. You got to love the hilarious takes on the stories and doppelganger suggestions. Bushra Jahan Sayed, thank you so much, you guys. So sweet. I know that what's attracting you here is Suresh with the tea strainers on his eyes. Strangely, the real Suresh is so still, and the background version of him is like I can't tell which is which. Cyril, please come back to the frame. We know that's
Hoezaay, I'm staring at you.
This is quite freaky.
I'm staring right here.
He's still keeping up the premise. We know.
What are you talking about?
Nice.
I'm giving him out. You can't see the lips.
I told you way to get it back is saying, hey, Cyril freeze हो गया इसका network.
Oh, okay. What's up,
The other
guys?
guy behind me got scared a little bit.
Okay. Let's keep going. 26 minutes into the stream. Oh, Cyrus is not here. I don't need to do that. Why guy? He said कि वो 10 बजे आएगा. वो काम कर रहा है. But you know what?
काम कर रहा है.
Yeah.
So you can send a super chat at least, na?
Let's see how it goes.
Correct.
Janvi is like मेरे को नहीं करने का ये सब. What is this behavior, Janvi?
I think she thought the super chat was meant for her.
Let us keep going. Okay. Let's see what we have next. Of course, guys, please don't forget to hit like on the stream. Yeah, Cyril, we can see you with this silly nonsense. Suresh is choking on himself. Mary Eliza. Come back, Eliza. Come back, girl.
There's a hole in the bucket.
Mary,
क्या
are you there?
आपके पास भूत का कहानी है? क्या भूत है?
Already.
This is Liza from.
Ooh.
There's a hole in the bucket.
Mary like
we saw
ये
you
क्या
already.
था?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi Mary.
Sorry. Wait a second. I just have to switch off the video.
Mary Eliza, it's time for you to
It's
tell us
Eliza,
something.
sorry.
Elisa. Hoezaay.
Yeah,
It's
not
a
Eliza.
it's a live stream, not a podcast. Anyway, please go for it. Take it away.
Yeah, so this story is a couple of years ago. Sorry, let me take a breath. I was actually eating something and you just put me on the video.
What were you eating, Elisa?
You can share that also with us.
What were you eating?
I was eating some banana chips.
Ooh.
From Kerala?
Not the conventional Keralese ones. I think it's from
Yeah, release.
Philippines and they are a bit sweet.
Hey, तुम लोग
Oh.
को हो गया ये सब banana chips from the Philippines?
I know. Oh, Thailand.
story सुनने को
Yeah. It's just because Cyril was asking. So
Okay.
She mixed you and
So-
Cyrus together.
Yeah, it's just like thoda sa. It's all right. Anyway, tell us, Elisa.
Eliza.
anyway,
Eliza.
coming to the story. So this
Should do
story is from Delhi. So it started with the dreams that me and my mom had. So it was really creepy because it was sort of the same dream that we are living in a house and it's basically surrounded by demons and spirits. And
You
then
make it sound
later
like
on-
it's a regular neighborhood of demons and spirits.
yeah, maybe.
Okay. Right, go
But
on.
then later on, we shifted to another house, and there, what happened was that in the room that I was living in, so basically, I used to always be sort of eerily, it was like as if someone is always staring me from this window, and it was like, I mean, I've of course stayed in dark rooms and where dark surroundings outside, but then this was like literally out of the blue. And one day when I was sleeping, sorry,
My God.
what happened
वो
was
banana chip लग गया मैम. सब पानी पी लो.
You're
fine.
saying.
So what happened was I was sleeping and suddenly I see that near my bed, basically at the footstep, I see my brother staring at me like literally like this. And I was like, gosh, what's going on with this guy? Why is he standing there and just staring at me? And then suddenly I see someone basically looking like my mom, having my head on her lap. And to tell you a bit about my mom, she doesn't have very long hair. At least at that time, she didn't have a really long hair. And she's like this really Christian Orthodox kind of woman who doesn't wear anything, no lipstick, no long nails or something like that. So this woman who was literally having my head on her lap was having really long hair and really, really long nails. And she was doing something like this to me. And I was like literally so scared at that time because I knew in my heart that these people are not my family. They are like literally something else, something out of this world.
Oh my God.
Who are like trying to, scare me or whatever. I don't know what they were doing over there. So I just ran to my mom and I asked my mom,
your real mom,
in my room at this time, she was like, no, I was just sleeping. And I was like, okay. I was like literally like this, the way I'm like speaking right now. It was the same kind of voice, the same kind of, because it still haunts me to this day. And I sometimes tell it to my partner and he's like, gosh, Mary, why do you say these things to me, or you shouldn't tell me these things, because it sort of has a negative effect on him as well, or whomever I tell sort of these things. So I hope you guys can sleep well tonight.
Wow, great
Wow.
story. But he's right. You should
also-
never tell your school partner these ghost stories, or they'll have trouble studying and stuff. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
so then
And you have to
what
tell them.
happened was,
Yes,
it sort of repeated itself as well, because after a few days, I was just sleeping and then I literally heard like someone walking in the hall. But then what you have to know, like this thing, that my dad and my mom, my dad was basically living somewhere else because he was in the army. Only my mom was there. And then my brother, he was also studying in Chandigarh. So it was just me and my mom basically. And then next day I asked my mom, like, were you there? Like, trying to go to the kitchen, drink some water or eat something. And she was like, no, I was just sleeping. And I was like, and this happened like repetitively.
So
in that
no
house.
explanation now after that.
Yeah,
Did
do you think
happen?
it was a dream, or what do you think it was?
I have no clue, because also it just happened in that particular house. It was nowhere else.
Or were
Are
they
you
pranking you?
I have a very important question. Are you still eating the banana chips by any chance?
No?
No.
Don't lie to me. You got one in there. You're quietly isko soggy bana rahe hain.
Did you see my hands like going like
I
this?
don't know.
No, right?
Anyway,
It's not like I'll just like internalizing from
Mary
somewhere else.
Eliza, thank you so much for sharing this story with us.
Yeah.
Quite creepy.
Very unnerving.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Salute. Take care.
But yeah, luckily I don't have like anything like this anymore. So that's
Yeah,
that's a
okay.
relief.
That's good. But that's
But
also
maybe
scary.
I just wanted to, wanted to tell you something as well. Maybe it was a low sugar because of my diabetes or something that caused these sort of things.
Really?
Yeah.
One second.
Just to give you like a context of what.
For how
what
many days?
things are going on.
Please, doctor ke paas jana and get
because
that
that's,
sorted.
Yeah, but like I said, it was just in that particular house. It never occurred again.
Okay.
But is your diabetes under control now?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Then
Luckily
probably
it is.
that could be a theory. So I will.
Great job, Suresh. Nice. Good. Thank you for asking about the diabetes part. Very sensitive.
Because I'm a diabetic, that's why.
Yeah. Sweet.
Okay.
Sweet champ. Have you experienced anything like this, Suresh?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. No, not yet.
Not
I
yet.
just saw,
Just-
but I did see my wife staring at me, but she was actually staring at me.
Yeah, I think that was a real one. That
Nothing
was-
to do with diabetes.
Wondering why I had
Alright.
put the towel on the bed.
ठीक है.
before going to
Panvel
sleep.
आ गया. Thank you, Mary Eliza.
Right? Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mary.
good
Thank you, Ben.
Enjoy those banana chips from the Philippines.
Yeah. Wow. I feel like I want to have
Cyril
banana
was-
chips.
voice एकदम suddenly thank you, Mary. I saw that.
I mean, Mary bought that voice out,
Oh yeah, that's nice.
because of the scary fingernails. Now, see, here's a problem that I had with that story. I was fine with everything until she said someone with fingernails touching her hair. Now, I'd be like, "Pehle tune haath saaf kiya." दूसरी चीज मैं मैनिक्योर किया क्योंकि you know skinning scratched and stuff like that. That's just it. Like,
hey, but you know when she said that, and between I think one hair of her strand had come down like this, so I had not noticed, and she just finished saying that, and suddenly I could see. I thought she had a cut on her forehead. For a moment, I thought, "Damn, it abhi hua hai." Then I realized,
Suresh, your
I was
blood
staring
sugar
so
is
much.
low, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You're also seeing things differently.
But I had a bad day today, so I actually think my blood sugar is quite.
Is everything
today.
okay? You okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I see पूछ रहा है. I want to
No, what's
continue.
yeah, it's just
See, the good part is if something happens to me, I can come back as a ghost on the live stream and say,
Oh
hey,
my god.
oh my god.
But
That's amazing.
make sure you use that background if you come back.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. You come in, your ghost will be like the background.
I will be in the house of the people who are narrating the stories.
That
And
guy-
I'll come behind and to do this.
Yeah.
The guy was so seriously telling his story and Suresh. Anyway, Saurabh Bhattacharya sent us message. Keep up the great work. Hero Log, small token from your fans, Saurabh and Pritish. Kitna sweet hai.
So sweet.
Hero
Yeah.
Log.
Oh, Hira, आदमी. Hira.
Kitna hai? Accounts ke liye.
Wow, somebody's named themselves Cyrus Sahukar's
What?
something. I don't know.
Oh.
Must be a very big fan. Some people are fans, but then there are people who are even bigger fans.
That's nice.
You know what
That's
I
very
mean?
nice.
Hey,
That's
I'm
sweet.
so happy the first LinkedIn message has come.
Yeah, right here.
Sahil Firoz wants to know what happened to yesterday's stream.
थोड़ा लेट है सर आप
ये बहुत
काफी
लेट है
लेट आ
साहिल,
चुके हैं
तो बाद में अगले हफ्ते बाय.
yeah
मैं लिंक्डइन में इसको बाय बोल रहा हूँ.
anyway let's see Alisha जब से तुमको है जाना Alisha you there
Thank
I
you.
think
Firoz
now she's definitely not going to be.
Priti, do I like my background? Thank you so much. अरे ये सब LinkedIn में आ रहे मैसेजेस मुझे बड़ा मजा आ रहा है. यहाँ पे कॉर्पोरेट काम कब करेंगे?
what trip is that? Alisha paging Alisha गाड़ी नंबर 302 Alisha is not now they must at this point people in there are scrambling to go find a microphone
Yeah.
उसका टेबल गिर जाता है this that ये वो this that oh my god
Alicia, you there?
I don't think she's there. It's okay. You can
Alicia
stop.
will be a fast talker. Bankim
Alicia's just there staring at us.
Poor Alicia. Lost that one chance. After 6 weeks, we got her in. And no more.
No more ever again.
Mr. Bunkim, are you there, sir? Paging Mr. Bunkim. Hey, ye to hona hi hai. We're supposed to get a couple of these blank calls, right?
Yeah, it's part of the thing. Yeah. It's like where, when you walk into a shop, right? You're shopping and you walk into a store and you're like, this store looks nice. And then you look and you're like, there's nothing for me here. So you're just staring.
We're just filling the air now. Bunkim hai kya?
Oh, Bunkim.
I think he's bunked.
Good. I should not have said that पहले कि फाड़ू स्ट्रीम होगा ना.
मैंने बोला आपको लेकिन सुनता ही नहीं मेरी बात.
मैं ऐसा ही हुआ.
सुनता ही नहीं मेरी बात आप.
At this moment he's struggling with the ghost is holding back and not allowing him to
Oh,
speak at all.
the ghost is strangling the guy. Oh my god.
Not strangling.
Okay, what is gone harsh?
To keep him away from the computer.
Yeah. मत बोलना छोड़ना सबको मेरे को सबके सामने नहीं बोलना मेरे बारे में. Ghost लोग भी shy होगा
Keshav.
तो.
Hi Keshav.
Hoezaay, if you just close your eyes now, Suresh, Hoezaay sounds like this creepy guy who's just shouting our names.
What do you mean sounds like? Keshav, welcome to the stream, sir. You made it.
Hoezaay sir, आपका वॉल्यूम काफी कम आ रहा है. रजत
कम आ रहा है? घासलेट डालो कान में, सब हो जाएगा ठीक.
तो
थोड़ा कम है मैं थोड़ा कम.
अभी करेक्ट है.
मैं जोर से बोला. हेलो.
आवाज आ रही है ना?
Louder.
Hello.
अरे hello.
सही आ रही है ना?
सब लोग इधर louder so that people can hear you.
All right.
हाँ.
So this is from first of all big fan.
Thank you, buddy. It's a medium-sized fan, I would say, but it's blurred. तो पता नहीं चल रहा है.
Thank you. Anyways, so what happened was this is from 2013. I was in 7th, 8th standard, and I went to a trip with my school to Shimla. So what happened? It was like like a retreat, like kind of a retreat, and we all went there. We were in camps, right? So up, like I have to paint a picture. So what happened was there were like 16 camps, 16 cottages, and we were in the last cottage. Like it was me and 4 of my friends. So it was the 5 of us, and so like it was in the middle of the jungle. So there is like I was small, so I didn't have my phone or anything like that. We were just enjoying the weather. So it was like I think after 12. So it was around 2 a.m. So 3 of my friends were asleep and 2 of us were up, like me and one of my friends. We were up and we were talking. We were talking about something. It was small. We were talking about I don't remember what, but we were awake. So what happened was, so there was a knock. There was a very loud knock at the door. And we assumed that it was some of the seniors that just fucking around with us. And like they told us, the management told us that if someone knocks at your door after 12, just don't open. It could be a wild animal or anything like that. So we thought someone was pranking us, or there could be animal. But so we stayed silent for a while, and then like it was knocking, and then it's a wooden cabin. So like it's a cabin and there's like jungle around. So what happened was the knocking started going around us. Like slowly, it went around us, around the room. So then we were pretty sure it was some senior pranking us. But is that a joint? No.
Yes. Please continue. I will be smoking joint on live stream, of course.
Yeah. So it went around the room, and we were pretty sure it was a senior. Then when it took a full circle, it started going up. It started going up the cottage slowly and slowly. There was knocking again and again, and it went up. So we were pretty sure no human can do that. It was pretty, and there is no ladder, anything like that. And like the most creepy part of this was that like it went up, then it came down. It came right behind us, like where we were talking, behind our bed. The wooden, and it started knocking very fast, like very, very, very fast.
Hey, who's knocking?
Who did that?
Okay, sir. Okay.
So somebody came.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I think she had something in her hand. She was going to settle the argument later on. And all the best, Keshav.
Yeah, I've told her a story a couple of times. So this happened, and then like we were both silent the whole time. And, like we talked about it. We were like, bro, what should we do? No, we were in it. So then I'm like, what should we do? And we just like sat and we slept. We just slept the whole night, and then again, like the next day, we talked to our teachers and talked to the instructor there, and they were like, there have been instances here that people have heard knocking or seen shadows passing or something like that. Like, I'm really happy that you didn't open the door for someone, because it could be a spirit. It's like, so I didn't go to the camp next year, basically.
Wow.
Wait, because of that?
Yeah, I mean,
the camp shut down. किसी को नहीं जाना है इसके बाद. They were like, बस करो. But you know, when
scary.
when you said ki don't open the door, it might be a wild animal knocking. I was imagining a leopard trying to get in by standing. I was like, भाई bathroom जाने दो 1 second please.
That's a great thing. So were you in Royal Palms?
Sorry.
Were you somewhere in Royal Palms? नहीं ना. Just confirm. वहाँ पे भी leopard आया था. Second leopard in our story.
मजेदार.
Even after that, the friend who was awake with me, like he said that I don't believe him, to be honest, but he did say that he experienced some paranormal activity. For example, he had some bad dreams, nightmares for a while even after we came back from the trip. And even after that, he said, I saw someone walking on the street when I was going home. So I stopped talking to him too. So yeah.
Great decision.
So when he's going back home, there could be some random guy walking on the street.
That's pretty.
No. I understand why you left that place.
No, the thing is, like, so it's a segue to another story, the same, like, kind of a continuation to it. So what happened was, this guy, it's a 10-second story, Hoezaay, come on.
Okay, 10 seconds.
Yeah. So
One,
don't count, please don't count.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So what happened with the guy was this guy who told me when we were in school. So it was like 9 p.m. He came back. He was coming back from somewhere, like to his home. So he was going to his home, and what happened was he heard a horn. He heard a horn of a car. He looked behind. There was no car. So before the horn, he saw someone walking in the street. The same person who you said random guy. Okay, was someone who was walking on the street. It was a dark street, and someone was walking there, and he heard a horn. He looked back. There was no one. It was a 2-second thing, and when he looked in front, there was no one. And there is no way someone went into a house or there was any turn or anything like that. It happened right after the trip. So yeah.
You were asking na about.
Yeah, I was going to say that only.
Anyway,
so who's
what this that like Panvel aa gaya. Keshav, thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you, Keshav.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Have a good one,
Have a
buddy.
good one,
Thank
bro.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well done. Bye. 100% वो जैसा because
Time
that
pass.
वो बीच story के बीच में suddenly he was narrating that story and he said, "Hey, is that a spliff?" I realized.
He's like, he's like,
किधर और है?
वो कैंप में वो बोलना भूल गया बस इतना ही है.
I thought Suresh did the knocking. I was like,
I
Yeah,
really
Saudi
did.
was quite
Yeah.
spooky, yeah.
I was like, how did he do that without moving his mouth? Kya talent hai bhai.
Yeah, talent.
Chetna says, guys, last night at 11:50, my phone was beside me, inactive, not in use and study. An old ghost story stream started playing on its own. It could be a
Uh-oh.
YouTube bug or a real habubu. Spooked. And if you're lucky, it would have been one of those streams where there's not a single proper ghost story, and then you just laugh through the night. But anyway, let's keep going. Wow. All right, get to the chopper. Somebody named Get to the Chopper.
Go to the
Everybody
sofa.
get down. 48
Okay.
minutes into the stream. Please don't forget to hit the like. Oh my God, you can get in touch with the doctor through all these different methods. I think doctor's calling us to tell us that we need help. He's like, hi, I offer my free help to you guys. What is wrong with you? Doctor!
What is wrong?
What is wrong?
Doctor.
Dr. Paritosh.
Yes, Hoezaay. Hi.
Acha, I don't know if you know, but all your numbers and all are flashing on screen. But theek hai
I'm
na?
so sorry. There's the image. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
No problem. Dekho, koi problem nahi. In case people need help, they can call you.
But also, Parit
Yeah.
doctor will put his video on, no?
Yeah, sir, we have to see you.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the doctor's going to see us. We have to see them.
Hello, doctor.
Young-
How
young
are you?
fellow, yeah. Young doctor.
I'm fine, Hoezaay. Hi.
Doctor, what's your specialty? What do you specialize in?
I'm an occupational therapist.
Oh, so
Oh, nice.
I'm out of occupation right now. Can you give me some therapy?
I think you've misunderstood how it works.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Doctor, you have a ghost story for us?
Yeah.
From a medical college hostel, I'm sure.
No, it's actually a travel story.
Oh,
Interesting.
So when we were in college, we used to go to our friend's house in Kokand, Malvan. And here's another house in Mandangarh. So we were going there.
Okay.
And हम लोग रात को travel कर रहे थे. So and we had, we were going there for a weekend, and we just stopped for dinner. And I think it was a rainy trip, so it was July or August. So we stopped for a dinner, and then क्या हुआ कि we got back into the car and we drove for a while. And suddenly for 5 to 10 minutes it rained, and हमारा जो road था वो known road था. We had been to that place many times, and we suddenly lost our way. Okay, and after that the rain stopped and we just couldn't figure out कि हम कहाँ हैं. So we kept driving and we went past a police beat chowki, and nobody noticed anything abnormal. We thought that we are just lost and we'll try to figure it out. And it's a story way old back, so we didn't have smartphones and Google Maps and all that stuff. So we kept driving, and after a while we again went past that same beach chowki, and it happened again for the third time. So the third time we realized that something is wrong.
Oh shit.
And we just kept driving. We had no other option, so we kept driving. And after a while, we saw the guy. We passed that beach chowki for the fourth time, and at this time, a man was standing there. So we were 6 of us. So we thought, let's stop the car, ask him where we exactly are and what's happening. So he said, ki, I'll take you in. You take me in the car, and I'll show you the way. So we thought we are 6 of us, and he's the only guy. So what could happen? So we took him in the car, and he kept showing us the way. And after half an hour or so, he stopped us, and he said, ki, I have to get down here. My house is nearby, and you can go straight ahead, and you will reach your destination. Okay. And he got off the car, and we started driving again. And after a while, we just stopped the car and to see where he exactly went. And the place where he got down, there was nothing. There was no road, no lights till we could see. And it was in the middle of nowhere. So we got a little bit scared. And I don't know whether you know about this concept. It's called Sakwa. So if you go to a remote place and a village, so every village has this spirit which protects the village.
Oh, I have heard there are different versions of this. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And if he feels that you are a threat to that village, he just makes you go around the village and you reach nowhere.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit, goosebumps full on.
And they say that it has a timing from 9 o'clock in the night to 12 o'clock. It just makes you revolve around the place, and then it ends apparently. So we kept driving. We realized that there is no point in waiting there. So we kept driving, and finally we reached a village. And you know, na Gawa side mein, they just close the doors and they don't open it for anyone after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So it was around 11 o'clock, past 11. So we had no other option. We just got out of the car and just started banging on the doors of people, in the hope that somebody will open the door and help us out. So finally, a man opened the door, and we just explained him our situation, and he said, "Okay, I'll come with you." So he got a small lantern, and he came up to our car, and then he said, "Ki I won't get into the car. I will just walk ahead of the car. Okay, and you just follow my lantern's light. Don't look at anything else. Don't even if a sound comes or anybody calls you out, don't listen to that sound. Just follow the lantern." And we just since I and one of my friend knew about this concept, so we just looked at our watch and it was 11:30. So we kept driving behind that man, and he came to a point and he said, "You just go straight ahead, and within half an hour you will reach your destination." So we said, "Okay." We asked him, "Ki, do you need any help? How will you go back?" So he said, "Don't worry about me. I've got whatever I need." And he just went back.
Oh,
shit.
Was he the guy?
Doctor, what
my
a
God,
story,
doctor.
bro.
So in half an hour, we just kept driving straight. He said, "Don't take any turn." And within half an hour, we were at that house, at friend's house. And it was past 12.
डॉक्टर मेरा हार्ट रेट के लिए कुछ दे सकते हैं आप? I love these kind of stories. Freaky.
But no, I can't understand why people drive in middle of the night.
Yeah, you know, Dr. Suresh also had the similar experience.
Blame
Suresh had a similar experience. Only problem is he kept on taking left turns. So
no, I had my fair share of driving. You know, sometimes unexpectedly because of various reasons. Once I was driving in that Ghat, Chorla Ghat in the night.
Lovely.
After passing Belgaum to go to Goa, and I was driving and only my family. That was one time when I really got a little worried. But thankfully, there were no incidents on the road. The roads are so beautiful, right up till Ponda. You know, it comes out of Ponda. It was really beautiful that time. But when I hear these stories, I'm sure that I won't be driving in the night anymore. For sure.
We stopped driving at night. We stopped driving at night after that.
There you go.
So all six of you, if you were to catch all six of you, all have this mad experience together.
I got one more question to ask. You know, my doctor. So basically, the spirits, they do this because they feel that you could be a threat to the village. So
they were checking how you all will behave after the third round. ये लोग गाली वाली देंगे तो इधर ही
I don't know. It was a spirit's problem. We had no bad intentions.
No, maybe doctor, the spirit was like, अरे देखिए आपका बिल थोड़ा ज्यादा आ रहा है तो.
Great story, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, doctor.
Thank you so much. Nice seeing you all.
Suresh, sir, you asking something?
No, I've just it's just an afterthought. What if the spirit was actually attached to a petrol pump? And इतना घूमेगा तो petrol चला जाएगा तो
It's
we'll
a
have to fill
petrol scam. That's
Just
what
petrol
it's very nice. We said we'll try explaining the stories. Anyway, Dr. Paritosh, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
tumi puna yeil. If you read the chat, you'll get it. Take care. Bye. Wow, man. Crazy.
मस्त
bro.
माणूस.
Must. Bro, the goosebumps through. I love these kind of stories with like, you
Yeah.
know and all. Well, this is like the Apshi. Na, Suresh? What we had talked about, na? That guy through the village, through the fields. If you're rude to him, he'll put you in fish nets, but not ladies' fish nets, fishing nets. And then he'll kill you over there. And if you're good to him, he'll help you cross the fields and get to the other side and all. Yes, people asking, where is Cyrus Sahukar? I think he's gone to sleep on his set or wherever he was shooting. If he comes, he comes. वो message नहीं किया अभी तक. He said,
thoroughly
okay, sister, बीच में.
irresponsible, I must say.
He's doing his own thing. Sasi in Goa, thank you so much. Swati also, thank you for your message. Nikhil, thank you for your message. I'm a pen. ये वो नहीं है जो वो बोल रहा था. मैं लिख रहा हूँ इधर. I just happen to get this kind of pen. All right, let's keep going. Cyril, everything okay? You're burning a hole through my chest. If you don't look at me like that, yo.
Once is Cyril, you okay?
What's happening to Cyril?
He's talking to someone.
Nice. I figured it when you had the little glitch over there.
I actually got fooled. I was thinking Cyril
I didn't see him leave the frame.
Very
well
nice.
done.
Cyril, this time we didn't see.
Round of applause to Cyril for the
lovely.
most ridiculous thing to do.
I thought if you didn't catch it, I'd take a nap.
But still, my tea strainers do lead today.
Yeah.
My
So
tea strainers.
you're the king, sir.
Let's keep going. Man, see, usually now when someone has these kind of like names and all, either likha hua hai, I have the best story of the day. Acha story hua na, whenever
This is not going to go
say
well.
something like that, but maybe now because we said that, it will come back. People are laughing there. As someone saying, Cyril, I got fooled. Kaise log hai? I have the best story. Koi to bol raha hai, I can tell story.
Soon, I think we should be thoda sa harami like the harami chat. मैं पैसा डाल रहे कि नहीं.
Oh yeah.
You're betting.
Betting करते
Oh my
हैं.
God, this turned into a betting ring where people are betting ki agla story.
So
the odds are 2 to 5.
I also will say that this guy person is going to tell us the story. It's going to be a fast-paced story. See,
Hey. Sir, how are you? And welcome to the stream. The camera work is fantastic. We're enjoying it. आराम से कोई नहीं लाइव स्ट्रीम है सर ये सब चलता रहता है
सर आपका वॉल्यूम नहीं है
टेक योर टाइम सर वी आर सो वेस्टेड फ्रॉम यस्टरडे अभी कुछ भी करो स्ट्रीम पे आप लोगों को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं
I think his name starts with
sir
R.
I think इससे थोड़ा फास्ट करना पड़ेगा हाय good evening good night
how are you guys
good यार आप कैसे
Good, thank you.
I wasn't expecting to be let in. I had just left my phone on the side, so I'm going to quickly jump into the story.
Pressure high है yeah good
Sorry,
pressure काफी high है आपका Zoom name की वजह से
pressure high है okay. So I know the drill, and I hope this works for all of us. So I tell you how the story begins. I live in this area, which is sort of in the Aravalli mountain range.
Okay.
Right, is Delhi NCR. And so I've been in this for the last 10 years. And in my neighborhood, I mean, from where I am right now, it's a walk away. So I've eventually been in this area over a while. And this is, I think, around 2012 or 13, that I was seeking to rent out a different place. I wanted to move out of my current house at that moment. And there used to be this very beautiful, very Rajasthani architectural, beautiful house that, we would always look at and, we'd think that if only we could rent it. And we knew between me and my friends who would come over the weekends that this house is abandoned and nobody lives there. There was a certainty. And, over the weekends, we would have a drink and, maybe drive out and walk out and just go there and have conversations about what if we could have rented it. And what if we lived here? It'll be so beautiful. And so I had a couple of friends over and I was doing this that weekend in the same manner. And so it was around 1 o'clock in the night. It's okay if I have a sip of my drink while I...
Of course, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Your choice. Sun le meri
Not
baat.
good for your liver, but very good.
Good for the weekend at least. So anyways, so me and my friends, we parked in front of the house. We were having a smoke while we were looking at it. And so by this time, I know the architecture of the building quite properly, because I've done this over weekends with a lot of other friends. And we're standing there and talking about how beautiful this balcony is, how amazing the terrace is. And, you know, what if we were able to rent it? You know, we'd live here and do this and do that. This one of my friends says that, you know, look at this pillar on the terrace. You know, we could make a great bar table out there on the terrace, and this would sort of serve as a great party place. And I said, wait, there's no pillar on the terrace, because I remember the place. Am I around you guys? I just see
Yeah,
Suresh.
we're listening well. I'm look sun rahe.
Okay, great.
Suresh always likes like standing up.
People are not used to us not interrupting.
And the moment he said that, I said, hold on, there's no pillar on the terrace. I've seen the terrace often before. And then I see this dark silhouette of a tall structure, which I assume is a pillar. And he says, oh, no, that's where the pillar is. I said, no, that's not a pillar. And this is 1 o'clock in the night. And because it's an abandoned house, so I took the liberty of shouting out. I said, koi hai kya? And it was actually a woman standing there. And she said, kya kaam hai tumko? And I mean, for the loss of words, I was like, kya ye ghar rent pe milega? That was the best.
Nice, good comeback. That was actually a good comeback.
Yeah, and then she was like, "Koi rent pe nahi milega, bhago yahan se, kya kar rahe ho tum log?" So we went off, and we were sort of pissed drunk, and then we came back, and you know, we made a joke about you know, the same haunted house, and you know, what funny incidents, and forgot about it. A year down the line, one of the dealers in the area called me, said, you know, you were asking for that house to be leased out, and it wasn't on the market. So the house is back on the market. Do you want to have it? Look, I said, okay, you know, sounds great. There's a great opportunity. So I go there with a couple of my friends, and the whole house is completely furnished to the T that there's cutlery in the kitchen. There's pillows and bed sheets and everything. Like somebody was living there a week ago. And that sounds a little, that looked a little strange, because I've seen that house for years, that there's nobody been there. And there was a particular lady whose pictures were on every possible wall, different sizes of frames and different age groups. So you could see that there's somebody who's grown here. I don't know. I mean, that's just my interpretation of what I saw. But it was a very uncomfortable house. You know, you could get the vibe. And two of my friends who were with me, one of them went to the kitchen. Right at that moment, he started sneezing and he rushed out. He said, you know, I just don't, you know, I felt uncomfortable. So I'm going to head out. And we saw the house. It looked strange. You know, when you see it, you just say that, you know, vibe hai ki nahi hai, do you like it, you want to take it. So nobody really had a positive review, in spite of the fact that it was furnished. It was the same beautiful house we always wanted. And this other friend who rushed out of the kitchen earlier then called me late in the night. He said, I'm running high fever and I just have this strange connection with that house. I don't think you should take that house. And I said, it's for a great price and it's come on the market after years. I really wanted it. Why not? And he said, no, don't take it. Then I discussed it with my parents and said, no, if everybody's feeling, don't take it. You know, there are other houses. Why didn't you do that? I said, but it's a great price, a great house. I want to take it. So, and then I know there's this whole deal connected to it that, you know, possibly there's something wrong with it. So I called another friend of mine who I know for years and years, and he has a bit of a psychic vibe to himself. He has a premonition wala hisab kitab going on, that he would tell me about things, you know, back in the day. And I would trust him for such kind of opinion. So I call him. I said, you know, can you come over and have a look at this house that I really like? And, you know, everybody's asking me to not take it, but I think it's great. He comes over a bunch of weekdays later, and we're driving close to the house. And I point to the building from a distance. That's the house. Can you look at it? It's how beautiful. And he says, ye wala ghar hai yaar, isko mat de. I said, "Arey, abhi to hum pahunch rahe hain, tere ko dikha hai. Pehle dekh le chal ke." He said, somebody's died here. I said, okay. I said, people die everywhere. He said, okay, nonetheless, I will go since you have come all the way. He came from Raebareli all the way. So, and this is in Delhi NCR. So we go and he takes a look at the house. He says, this house has something wrong in it. Somebody's died here. You know, like, what do you say, that that it's not your time yet. Like if somebody was murdered or you die out of turn. And he explained to me how you need your body and you have a certain purpose of your spirit and you need your body for that. And if somebody kills you or you die by accident, you linger around. And he says that there's a spirit in this house. It could even be an animal for that matter. It doesn't pertain to humans, but your body and your spirit has to have a connection that needs to fulfill it. And that has happened. So you don't take it. I said, okay. So his word was the final word for me. And then I said, sorry, dealer ko ki mere ko nahi chahiye. Let's look at another house. And then months later, one of my boys at my house help, he was out doing his errands and he bumped into the security guy of that house because he used to be an abandoned house. There was a caretaker. And he met him and he said, "Kya wo bhaiya log aaye the last month, ye ghar tumko dena nahi hai rent pe, us time mana kyun kar diya?" He said ke ye ghar mein kuch gadbad hai. We guys have been guards here, but hum yahan pe raat ko nahi rukte hain. We stay during the night, during the day only. But during the night, we've got another room where we sleep because there's something wrong in the house. And when my house help, he came back and told me this. And I went back to my episode in year back. I said I spoke to a girl on the terrace at 1:30 in the night. How can he say that there was nobody in the house? But he said there are just these two brothers who are the caretakers. There's no woman in the house. And I said, but I've spoken to a woman in the house. I asked her, is it for rent? And she said, no, please go. And that's where I connected the dot that possibly that's the spirit. And after this, the most recent update that I have about this, I had just a couple of weeks back met the same dealer just on a coincidence. And I happened to narrate to him about the same house. And then he told me that the owner of that house used to be a big philanderer. And because that house was there in the Aravlis and, it was in the jungle, he used to have a lot of wild parties there. And apparently some woman had committed suicide in that house. And that house was abandoned since then. And so this entire thing has spanned over some 7 years since 2013 for me and has connected the dots. So yeah, so I spoke to a spirit who was possibly of the person who
was in that house. So
yeah.
You should have used this to get a better deal than on the house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was already a good deal, but nobody. And I want to tell you this. After I refused to take it, I used to drive past it and I would see like a new car parked there. So I would see that maybe somebody started living there. Then I would see the car's not there. Then I would see a new AC installed in the window. I'd say, okay, somebody's moved in. A bunch of months the AC is not there. Then I would see some fool mala on the door that somebody's had a oven and moved in there. So I did see over years some 4 or 5 attempts of people trying to rent it and live there, and none of them managed. And I think 2 years ago, the whole house has been razed down, and they've built a multi-level building apartment there, and those apartments are sold off, and I think people are living there.
A very excellent story. Thanks for sharing that with us. I think from here on now we can do the Habubu chat. You'll have been renamed to Habubu chat. Please drop in your Habubu ratings. You got a lot of like 7, 8, 9 on 10. So thank you.
Oh, lovely. That's nice. Amazing. I wish Habubu was here to be part of this.
Oh, Habubu, where he Habibi? We don't know Bibi.
Habibi is
great. Somebody wants to say hi before I leave.
Hello, hi, how are you guys doing?
Hi.
So now, you married the lady you met on the top of the house then? Wonderful.
No, I mean, I did get married to her, and the story of our first date, the first conversation that we had on our first date was about my ghost stories, and this was
and still you married him.
Hold on one second. If you're telling us a story, are you saying something to us?
Hey, 1 second. Did we ever lady who called us up during the live stream and she said, my boyfriend gave me a weird story, but now I'm married to him.
Anyway, guys, my friends, that's the joke that we have, that I got from dating her using one of my ghost stories.
It was a good ghost story, so it was worth it.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.
Take care. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Wonderful story. Even though it was so long, it didn't feel like it was so long. बहुत ही मजा आ गया.
It was moving continuously and there's something happening.
Yeah. Now I was imagining now after the whole thing is done and all, and that guy says, "Nahi, ye ghar, it's not available for rent and all." Then the next few nights he goes, Cyril's first stupid filter back on.
Oh God!
I'm right here. Right here.
This is a good, nice, well played.
You know what happened? Something I said, man, that Cyril's filter went like this. So I thought he's telling me to continue talking on that.
That's very funny. No. So I was imagining the ghost saying, "Sale, trying to rent the house again. मैं बोला था ना वापस नहीं आने के लिए."
Oh yeah. You know, someone sent us, I think on Instagram, sent us a skit of this guy who goes to a house, okay? And he rents a house, and then suddenly he realizes it's haunted. Exactly like this guy was telling us, okay? And the ghost is like, "I'm going to kill you. You're leave the house." This guy is like, "No." So he goes like, "What?" He's like, "No." He's saying, "I'm broke. I can't afford anything. This is cheap rent." And then the ghost and he become friends.
I saw that some TikTok or something, right?
I think that's what I would do even.
Hilarious.
Especially if you're renting a great house.
Abhijit Kamekari says, "Thank you. You know why? And sorry for the inconvenience." I don't know what you're talking about. We can't remember what happened a couple of hours ago. Divya Warrior, thank you so much. Divya, can I show you something? 1 minute, okay?
What are you showing, Divya Warrior?
Rishta Chatterjee has got a scary Santa Cruz airport story.
A better animated version of me. This is done by Divya Warrior.
God, that is amazing. That is amazing.
What, the sun is amazing? You enjoying that?
No, that's a good artwork, man.
Habubu's
calling us. I was reacting to the artwork.
Habibi of the Habubu, should we let you in?
Let him in.
Okay, letting you in. बोला उसको मैसेज पेज में देख लेगा. He has to do the full phone call anyway. ठीक है. Oh no, I quickly do it fast. Otherwise, I might pull in somebody named Cyrus Sahukar's D1CK. Oh yeah.
Cute. So let's see what story does he. Cyrus, please tell us your story.
Sahu, you missed some really nice ones.
Oh shit, yeah.
You know, someone was having a discussion saying, "Hey, Sahu, he's the Panvati and all iski wajah se." But good to have you on, brother. You working on?
Yeah, brother, I just got back, man.
Oh shit.
The night is dark and full of terrors.
Tell me,
a scary one happened. Scary, very any
yeah, welcome to the stream. And let's keep going from here. Suresh, all good? Cyril, just wanted you guys to meet each other.
Yes, all good.
Stories that people send me.
Was there anything high on the unknown?
There was some really good ones. Doctor came in and told us a really good story. Even the previous one was really nice.
Yeah, and he helped Hoezaay with the rash issue as well.
Yeah, he DM'd me about that. He said just put a cream on it.
But Hoezaay, wasn't you had a rare rash called Diabriello, right? It's around every weekend, apparently.
Look at the chat. Everyone's like, "Hey, Cyrus is back. Cyrus is turn his video off. Turn his bloody video off."
I missed you all. I missed you.
But Cyrus, why were you standing behind the building for an hour? I think you were busy.
He was avoiding us. Hey, did you guys see that picture I sent you all of that guy who went to Cyrus's house to narrate his ghost story?
Yeah.
I checked, and
you
my
saw
background is I've added an old steampunk lamp.
I'll post it to my YouTube community page also, but it's in the Discord server. It looks like he rearranged your furniture, changed the curtains, and decided to tell us the story from your house. Anyway,
how freaky with that.
He must be under your bed. I'll just check.
Let's get into it. 3,204 people on. Thank you so much for being here on the stream. An hour 14 minutes in. Time check. Some amazing stories have happened so far. I'm ready to end the stream, guys. Cyrus will be really happy if we end the stream now.
It's 10:47.
He's ready to go.
It's like a tag team. Now Cyrus is in, we all tag out.
You assholes, you all left me alone in the middle of a call yesterday. I was like,
really?
I was there. No, I stayed.
No, Cyril Diabriello. Anyway, Cyril Diabriello is looking down all through. This is Diabriello's look.
He's doing some new stuff. Cyrus, be careful. He's got a video that looks like him, but it's not him, and he goes off frame and stuff.
Cyril has the sensitivity of a young, fresh cactus. He was editing a video while someone was talking about their pain in their life. Like he was like, "Right, yeah, one second."
All right, Rishta, you made it. You have to turn your stream off. Doing some new stuff. Cyrus, be careful.
So many voices coming. I don't know who's talking and who's
traveling in time.
That has nothing to do with the stream, Cyril.
Rishta,
guys, keep it down.
Oh, Rishta.
Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Very.
We meet Rishta on the after party every time the stream.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. We're just pretending not to. But welcome. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
All right, we're gonna do this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Get them.
Yes, Arnab, we can hear you.
Now my watchman comes in and shouts, "Kaun chila raha hai bench?"
Rishta, we can hear you, Rishta.
Okay, thank you so much for letting me in. And I'm going to start my story. Ekdam jaldi se. I have 2 stories. So, first story. Fast. If you don't like my first story, then kick me out.
Miss Chatterjee, is it petrifying?
Oh. Hey, this is a new level of confidence. I'm okay with this. She says, if you don't like my first story, kick me out.
I like this.
Finally, permission from people to kick them out. Anyway, go for it, Rishta.
So, this story happened in early 80s in Santa Cruz Airport. This was quite famous and even in the newspapers as well. So a plane was coming from Singapore and it crashed and everybody died in that airport, in Santa Cruz Airport, in that runway. And my father was posted in Santa Cruz Airport. So within a few weeks, there were debris of the air crash. Okay. And they had got a call from the runway in the nighttime that debris are flying upwards, like the heavy debris. And they were like, "Ye kya ho raha hai?" So they went in the Jeep and they literally saw around a particular time, debris are going up.
Okay.
And then that thing happened. And later on, when the runway was clear, after a month, a plane was about to land in the nighttime. And that time the pilot is telling the control room, "I can see somebody walking in the runway." And they're like, "Kya?" And they called the control room and the control room called my father's team, like, "Go and check what's happening." And they went and nothing there in the airport, in the runway. And later on, it came to so near, like ये इतने बार होने लगा कि plane इतना नीचे आता रहता था और they could literally see a woman in a sari and in a suitcase walking, like जैसे uniform होता है aerosters का वैसा. And आहिस्ता आहिस्ता इनका दिखना काफी ज्यादा बढ़ गया. And it was typical an aerostess जिसके बारे में बाद में पता चला कि she was quite famous उस death में, that she was about to get married that particular month and she had gone to Singapore for her wedding shopping. And क्योंकि this was a security issue, like कि plane एकदम नीचे आ रहा है, and it was like no pilot wanted to land in that particular runway because they could literally see the aerosters walking with the briefcase and everything. So one day my father's friend, they got a call from the team to go and check in the runway again, and this time in the middle of the runway in the Jeep my uncle was fainted, like उनको कुछ होश नहीं है. And then later on he's like I saw her in the runway. And then later on उनका और बढ़ने लग गया उनका दिखना, जैसे कि in that shuttle bus she would be sitting in the end and she would tell the bus driver कि मुझे घर जाना, मेरी शादी है.
Oh my God.
As I told you that she was going to get married at that same month. Yeah. And then later on people recognized her, and this came in the news everywhere, like because that time planes were not that इतने सारे airline थे नहीं early 80s में. So her parents were told and उनके parents ने पूजा भी कराया, but nothing happened. And then even the airline people were started getting stressed because pilots वहाँ पे नीचे एकदम नीचे तक आके ऊपर फिर से fly करते थे उन लोग कि उनको कुछ ना कुछ दिख ही रहा था वहाँ पे. So later on even after the puja nothing happened, but then उनका presence और बढ़ गया कि वो airport के बाहर in the morning time all those taxis that they go for the airline people, she used to make them stop कि रुको रुको मुझे घर जाना, मेरी शादी है करके. And then even the airline people got very bugged and they did a puja in the runway, and after that puja her presence was stopped, like people couldn't see. But this happened till 1 year. And everybody was able to see her a lot of times, like she's stopping people, like and she was very beautiful looking. And also that was my father's to joke, like we are trained over to fight terrorists and smuggler, and now we are dealing with beautiful ghosts and all.
My God.
Yeah. So this was my first story.
It's a nice story. That's really nice. Amazing.
I know you said that it was a lovely story, but but someone else will come and say, please mere ko bhi do story.
Yeah, story that crow wala, remember I told the crow wala thing.
What crow thing?
Yeah,
she was a crow boyfriend.
Crow boyfriend. So she's the same person. Crow boyfriend.
Yeah, that's me.
But maybe it was an Australian guy called Russell Crowe.
चलो ये story सुरेश के नाम पे. चलो. Go ahead.
Okay. So this has happened with me. It's still happening with me. After the story, you can tell me that I am lucky or unlucky, but पता नहीं मेरे साथ क्यों होता है. But this thing started 10 years back कि मैं रास्ते में चल रही हूँ और मेरे साथ 10 लोग भी होंगे ना, पर सिर्फ मेरे ऊपर ही 2 crow अजीब तरीके से they are wandering, like एक कट मार के जा रहे हैं, but they are not touching me. They have never. This is very funny, I know. But they are like मेरे ऊपर ही उन लोग कट मार के जाते थे. And everybody in the road can see like, कि मेरे ऊपर ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है. So after few months even I got spooked and I asked some pandit ji like, कि ये क्या फालतू हो रहा है मेरे साथ. Then they were like, maybe आपके घर पे कोई मरा होगा and they are trying to haunt you. I'm like, नहीं, nobody loves me also that much, neither they hate me that much, they'll come and bother me like that. So within few years this thing kept on happening. Somebody told my parents that if this happening, feed the crows. And so the funny thing what happened was, whenever the crow used to come and they used to feed them, and sometimes my father jokingly used to say, "Rishta nahi hai, jao," and they used to go. And if suppose if I'm home and if they used to say, "Rishta nahi hai, mat jao," and they used to not go. And ऐसे ऐसे करके देखते रहते थे. And whoever guest is coming and they used to tell this joke very funnily, like, tell this crow to go, and he would not go if I'm inside the bedroom also. And if I'm not home, they will go if you say, "Crow, go from here." So that is when the crow boyfriend joke started happening in my house. There, like, पिछले जन्म का boyfriend must be troubling you or something. But slowly, steadily, I came to know that they only come twice or thrice in the month, or whenever I'm going to have some bad news coming around me. First, I used to think like, whenever these crows are coming in my life, that time something bad is happening. But steadily, I could understand that they are only coming to warn me for something bad is happening. And after that, they used to not come. So I'm like, chalo, theek, I lived with the fact, because they are never touching me, never doing anything to me. So recently in the lockdown, now they are so loyal to me that they have to tell me some bad news is going to happen with me, and I'm not stepping out of the house. Now, how will they tell me? In the month of September, around 5 a.m. in the morning, they used to come and jump in my AC vent non-stop for 15 days continuously. And I did not understand why are they doing this, because usually their only way of telling me is that to fly above me. Correct. And that. And from 1 month, I'm not leaving my house. I told my parents and everybody this thing is happening. And I'm like, theek hai, chalo, might be jumping, I don't know what. And after 15 days, I got a very bad news of somebody of my loved one got COVID. I'm like, chalo, theek hai, COVID to sabko. Still, I couldn't relate that they are trying to give me some news. And that loved person, after 20 days, I got a call from, he calls me, he's like, I am fine. I'm going to get COVID negative. Like by this 2-3 days, I'm all good. And even in that same night, 10 o'clock, I get a call that something has happened to him. You have to rush him to hospital. And within 3-4 days, I come to know that he was behaving in a certain way, and then he went to coma. And after he recovered, and it took him 6 months. It was very hard on my family. But later on, I asked him after 6 months of recovery that what had happened. Your family was telling me that you were behaving in a very weird way. And he told me the story that even he does not remember this, but his servant told him the story that around 8 o'clock, his servant came to his room to ask him to have the dinner. But he was in his knees and looking at the wall in like एक ही तरफ देखे जा रहा है wall की तरफ अपने घुटनों में. And somebody who's so weak who cannot stand on his feet, like so weak in COVID. But again, after 1 hour, she comes to call him for the dinner. And he's still in that knee position looking at the wall. And then she goes to call him, Baba, what is wrong with you? And he starts yelling, shouting and hitting and everything. And then they have to call the ambulance. में 4 लोग आते हैं उसको उठाने के लिए, but they cannot get hold of him because he's fighting. That this guy till yesterday he did not have the energy to even stand.
रिश्ता एक सेकंड I'm just sending you some oxygen. अब आपने सांस नहीं लिया 10 मिनट के लिए.
I think she's getting ready for the third story also.
No. So he was fighting with those 3 people, and like he did not have the energy till yesterday to even stand. Now he's fighting the 3 ambulance guy and his own cousin in this house. They are not able to control him. And then later on, medically, the explanation was that COVID went to his head. COVID.
Okay.
I don't know what
yeah, no, yeah.
Fever gaya uska
it can go up.
Yeah, but he went into all that.
I thought he got arrogant after it.
No, but he does not remember the story. And then I related that something very bad was going to happen to me. And this is how this crow was trying to tell me. And after the day I came to know he got COVID, till that day, till today, no crow has ever disturbed me. So you all can tell me, am I lucky or so unlucky?
You're lucky for sure.
आप बस चैट मत पढ़ लेना, बस बाकी सब बहुत अच्छा है. Thank you रिश्ता, thank you so much. And वो crow का नंबर लेना चाहिए था, बड़ा helpful crow.
I just want to know this Santa Cruz airport ka crash. Was it a flight coming from KL or Singapore?
Singapore. That around early 80s.
Detective Suresh is googling all this.
Google it. That will be so much fun. Google it.
I googled. There's only 82 ka crash dikh raha hai. 72 ka crash hai.
I was not born at that time, so this.
Because I was there. But,
Rishta, I hope you had a good time telling the story. We had a lot of fun. You take
Thank
care
you. I
now.
just want to say I'm a big fan of all of you guys, especially Cyrus. I just want to say in my house, I still use बेचारे जमी पर के quotes in my house कि मम्मी इडली में भी अभी आप tax लगा रही हो. That joke. So.
I'll send you Cyrus Davi's photograph also.
Cyrus.
And Suresh also big fan. Cyrus big fan. Cyril's big fan. Bye bye. Take care.
Cyrus का बोल दिया तो अभी खत्म मानिए.
ये
cut ये edit कर देते हैं stream से. The guys, the stream is going private because we have to edit the praise. So, hey, Cyril's using that thing again.
You think I am bad luck?
Yeah.
You think I come about and the stories get shit?
It's definitely Cyril has recorded stuff because he's not reacting to it. Cyril, you're an idiot. Yeah, bloody fool. I told you. It's so dumb, but it's so funny and so brilliant at the same time. Oh my God.
I exited a good 10 minutes ago. I had some, I made a meal, I had a cup of tea, and then I'm back.
Amazing.
It was a great story though.
Cyril niche gaya, he said hello to people in the building and all that.
I played with some crows. I was
Oh my God, that was it.
But amazing na, in log ka kawa ke, they give them like premonitions only. Idhar aake tatti karte hain idhar sab.
Listen, but crows are supposed
to be the keepers of the soul.
Cyril ke liye dance.
Suresh, now you should have done this during this story now. When we want you to do this in the middle of
Yeah.
story, tab nahi karte hai. अच्छा story के बीच में ये सब teabagging.
क्या हो रहा है?
What?
Giving me giddiness.
Oh man.
Okay, real quick, I want people to know that after this session on the Discord server, these crazy people, they do another session of ghost stories. I don't know what's wrong with them or why.
And are there some mad ones there?
Yeah, sometimes it's better than the stream.
That's not a benchmark you want.
Yeah, seriously, that means you're not picking the right people, is it?
But Sahu,
but then maybe Hoezaay is not choosing the right people.
No, that's not fair. I don't have any control over this.
You know,
Sahu,
but
you gotta
this
watch
has
the
always
first
been
few
a
stories.
thing since radio, even Hoezaay used to take callers. You know.
बड़े हरामी हो तुम लोग.
Guys,
when I pick people and they tell you good stories, you all never say अरे Hoezaay ने choose किया. You're like वो आ गया. But if I pick someone as a bad story, then like Hoezaay ने pick किया.
So this is society.
This is society. You're right. Just keep Cyril talking, so we know that he's there. नहीं तो he does all this weird shit in between. Man,
I've aced my.
But while someone calls in, what is the freakiest story of the day?
Oh, some guy going around in a village, and they were going in. They were stuck in a loop. They kept passing the same place again and again. Then someone came out and helped them get from one place to the other. Of course, I'm destroying it like I destroy everyone's stories. But you should just watch it. It's a little while behind. Shashank.
Yeah. Please like, subscribe, and watch Cyrus this stream.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me, guys?
Yo.
Oh man, that's a amazing background. But who are those people behind you?
You catfished us.
Know.
वो कोई और था DP में.
I don't know who they are.
Who are they? I hate it when people do that in the window, right? It's in your window and people are
Yeah.
Fog
probably.
Welcome, buddy. Are you ready to tell your story?
Thank you. I've been waiting for like so long, and I messaged Suresh a lot. Sorry, Suresh, for that. But then I messaged him a lot.
No problem. Happy to read messages. Yeah, don't worry.
I just want to ask him like Sugan or Suresh sir.
Paramasugam mone, Paramasugam.
Oh.
That's all. And I'll just directly jump into my story.
Yeah.
So
hey,
this
Cyril,
is a story.
तुझा पाइट्स go. Sorry, अपना भी कुछ चल रहा है.
Yeah, we're connecting.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so I'll directly jump into the story.
Okay, go for it, buddy.
So this is not a story that happened with me, but something that was told to me. So I'm actually in the US studying right now, and I went to a place called Alexandria in Virginia here, like some time ago. And there, this guy told me about a story about a house there. Okay, so in like around 30 or 40 years ago, some people used to live in that house, and that people always had this dream. The dream was that the fire is starting from 4 corners of the living room, and the fire reaches the center and the whole house burns down. So they have this dream like frequently when they're sleeping. And then like when they were staying, within a few years, actual fire happened and the whole house was burned down.
Oh, shit.
And then the house was rebuilt, and then the new tenants came in like after some time. And this was a girl actually. So she actually used to have a dream that there is a man standing with a knife, like holding a knife like this. And then that man would like put his knife through his cheeks. and then blood would drip. So she would have this dream, like he's standing next to his bed with a knife, and then he will put his knife like this, and blood would be dripping and everything. And then she kept having this dream, and one night she woke up from this, like like when you have a nightmare, you just wake up like with a jerk, right? So she just woke up, and she saw a man standing there with knife in his cheek, and blood was dripping out. She just ran from that house, and then she never went back. She just stayed with her friend at that time, and then she never went back. And then that's it. She just left that house. After a few more years, like another people also like took that house. Eventually, the house just kept going to other people, and then someone else took it. This guy had a dream, like when he's sleeping, he just felt like he's sinking, and then he's just going underground. There's a basement kind of room and everything. He just kept having that dream. But somehow he found out like people in the past also, because he did his research, and he found out like people in the past have also had dream experience and that came true and etc. He was so curious, he decided to actually go and dig like under the house what it is and everything. He decided to dig, and when he digs, this is the creepy part, and which got me when that guy told me the story, is that they actually found a dead body with knife in its cheeks.
Oh my
under
God.
that house.
Oh my God.
So this part got me. I mean, till here, I was like, maybe like people are dreaming stuff in dream and everything. And they have that guy's grave over there. Like in a graveyard, they have that that body that they found. They just try to like bury it, and that grave is still there. And they even like walked us by that grave and stuff. So that's
a really gruesome. That's a really gruesome way to go. Like, did they find out what happened to that guy and how he got in that situation?
It must have been like really, really old. Like it must have been like it was like a mummified thing, like not a very recent
decomposed body
or something.
Yeah.
Just the idea of people having these dreams in these houses is, and then it coming kind of to later,
and then
is very
something
creepy.
So the funny part, I mean not the funny, like the interesting part that I found is like the first dream that happened in the future, the second dream that happened with her, and the third dream that guy had was something about the past where the body was buried. So if you connect it that way also, that's something different. That's something I found like that's interesting in that story. But then
Shashank,
imagine
thank you for the story. Yeah.
Just one request before. Yeah, go ahead. You're saying.
Is it music?
We are from Palakkad too.
No, I'm from Kannur actually.
Kannur,
but I'm like, I just go there, not a freak. I just go there like once a year, but I'm living in Mumbai actually. But now I'm studying here.
So I want to tell you, what if the ghost na bichara 3 बार क्यों आया सोच, पहला बार वो आया, he's trying to lead people to what happened to him. तो खड़ा करके बोल रहा है, फिर लोग ने मेरे को ऐसा यहाँ पे चाकू डाल के मार दिया, वो दिखा रहा है उनको, उस पे भी गेस नहीं किया. बाद में गोस्ट बेचारा जाके बोला अभी चलो इन लोगों बुद्धू लोग है, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, तो मैं लास्ट में दिखाता हूं उनको. We gave the best clue last में, and they found him.
Yeah.
Just one request, guys, before you go. So I have a friend. His name is Aniket. He's like a really big fan of you guys, and his brother actually worked with Red FM and Hoezaay, and everyone was there. I don't know if you know him. It's Anirudh Datar is his brother's name. He was a journalist. And I don't know if you know. But Aniket Datar is his name, and his birthday is on Tuesday. So could you guys like wish him a happy birthday? That'd be really sweet.
No. Of course, Aniket, happy birthday.
Aniket,
Tuesday
happy birthday.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
We are younger than you.
Thank you so much, guys. That's so sweet. So sweet.
Aniket, man.
Thank you.
You have a blast.
All right,
bro.
Shashank,
Happy
take
birthday.
care.
Yep.
And
Thank you.
ask those
man.
people behind you to leave. Take care.
Yeah. Now I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that next year.
Maybe they are giving you clues.
Bye. Wow. Mazedar, huh? Any of you guys have recurring dreams? I've recently started having dreams again.
I did actually.
Yesterday, I heard about my girlfriend's mom was telling me about the fact that she had when she was pregnant, she had a dream about some relative who was treated not very well, and he would constantly appear in her dream, and she had no idea about him because she'd never met him. He would come and try and say that I'm going to take your baby. And she had no clue who it was. And then she went to a family friend, this guy was in the IAS or something. And he also was very, very interested and knowledgeable in the occult, in the sciences of the occult and genies and whatnot and jinns. And he told her that I can sense that this person looks like this. And she said, yeah, he looks just like this. And he said, this man is definitely in the family. And it turned out to be that her husband's grandfather's brother was not treated well and he died. And he would reappear in her dream over and over and over. And to cut a long story short, then they had to do certain things and get him away from her life. And then the dream stopped. But she said it was petrifying and haunting. And he would just stare at her constantly in the dream and just hold his hand out and say, it was very freaky. I think dreams have something about them that we don't fully know. You know what I mean?
7 on 10.
It's a subconscious
I know. I would say a 5.5 because I felt he was
7.
Okay. 7.5. Yeah. That was actually not
I
bad.
think it's a subconscious.
Cyrus,
He
everyone in the
got
chat.
me with the mic coming in close.
Dude, I was just randomly chatting about what happened last night.
No, but in the chat, everyone's saying, please remind Cyrus to tell his story. That he said he had a Rajasthani story yesterday.
Yes, he did.
I actually have gone a step further. I'm actually trying to get hold of the person and get them to join our stream and say it themselves.
Oh, so you're saying you're postponing the story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
We support you.
Listen.
Yeah.
I really want to know Diabriello's old Bandra stories because
people have asked for that also. Cyril, when are you going to get permission from your mom to tell these stories?
When we meet for lunch, we'll chat and then we'll narrate.
Yeah, no, pagal.
That way.
All right. Real quick,
I'm
let me
shy as Cyrus.
Yeah, we've seen you how shy you
Yeah,
are.
we've noticed, bro.
Let me quickly jump into the chat. Nami Pinto, I think, was wishing Suresh. Suresh, I think you'll be able to read that message properly if you're on the messages. An hour 37 minutes into the stream. Please don't forget to hit like on the stream. It really helps us. And don't forget to hit subscribe also. वो भी important part है. Unlike करके re-like कर लेना. If you're feeling like it, you're feeling adventurous, dislike भी कर सकते हो. कोई problem नहीं. Leave a comment. ये for the algo. I love Suresh's wig. I love Robert Pattinson. Habubu.
Pattinson?
Screw you, Hoezaay. Whatever. जो patties खाता है. जो भी तुमको बोलूं.
Pattinson में.
Knock yourself out. And like we were saying, thank you mods. Big thank you to all our mods over here. Don't forget, there's a ghost story session happening on the Discord server after this. We're trying to get the likes to people watching ratio close to each other. So 3,348 viewers. It would be really awesome if you guys could hit like. I think I heard Hoezaay say forget to hit like. Thank you, Umang. Very kind of you. I don't know what that means. Suresh, किसी ने पादा क्या हुआ?
I think Cyril has done it again. Hey Cyril, kutra.
Hey Cyril, we all know about your one ball issue. It's him. Cyril, don't say anything if you have one ball. Nice. This is you know what? This is a really fun game. Whenever we're getting bored, we play this game to see, is Cyril really there?
I feel like making China. I feel like, what's the point of putting a video of it? You can put a version of yourself out. It's really about funny. Spirits. It's about external projection.
Nice.
Everything Cyril Nakli Sala.
Oh boy.
Cyril is back in that.
Cyril thinks we don't know, but I've seen him make the same expressions like 5 times. So I know it's like.
I can make these expressions all the time. Okay.
Bro, wow.
हमारे जो
I just want to know.
Auto body experience किया अभी तो.
How come if the minute I joined everything went south?
Yeah, Cyrus.
Maybe I'm that.
I honestly speaking, that was a good story, but then that little girl wasn't able to get.
Do you remember any of the stories?
I remember.
Okay, basically, can you, Suresh? Can you quickly tell me what happened?
No,
really fast.
please.
So basically,
but in the same way she said it.
But in 30 seconds.
No.
Yeah. So uska friend.
Hey, stop it.
Her friend's brother was getting married after that thing was announced. The friend was very happy, but suddenly she came after some days, missing her studies and all this stuff, and she came back, and then she came to know that her brother was going through some strange things that happened.
Suresh, क्यों यार? तू भी माँ बहन करे वो Tanveer, then this one.
Till the point where he was hey, this was like the Shutter. Remember the movie Shutter?
Yeah.
Same thing. But the
Listen, guys,
on her
Shutter,
back.
both all of you.
Shutter, yes.
I have a thing, Hoezaay. I vote for we should do ad breaks now.
You have a thing? Okay,
doing ad breaks.
रुको सबर करो. Bharat Jyoti says वो ये story सुन के डरना जरूरी है क्या? Beanbag Tits is gonna die. Be back in the next Janam. I'm sure the story will still be on. Here's your money. Thank you, Akshay. VVS Lakshman with another great innings, not out, says Hari Nair. Ashish Sharma, ye dukh kahe khatam nahi hota hai. Wow, we made a lot of money off that story. We invite more stories like that. Hey, no, what I wanted to ask is, would people be interested in a compilation of stories like this, like never ending? So this can be used as like maybe ASMR to put people to sleep.
It could be actually. It could be.
Pavan Amin says, "Ye to Shutter ka story hai. It's my birthday today. Here's a pint of beer for you four. Happy birthday, Pavan." Oof.
So, or messages pad.
Suresh Suresh, do you remember the story? Pura, he remembers everything.
He did. Dude, Suresh, what you don't know is with his feet, he's actually typing it a transcript of each of these stories.
Bhai, wild story. I'm scared now to take another person in. But try to karte. We with the 2-hour mark, guys. We're in the home.
Oh, lovely. Wow. I should tell you, Hoezaay ji, मैं एक suggestion करते हैं. 2 minute के लिए, let's talk to each other. Let's talk to each other.
Okay, let's talk to each other after Dyson.
Okay.
Tyson, sorry, not Dyson.
Bro, you got to break.
Tyson is obviously not in the country.
Tyson.
This is not Tyson. This is his friend.
Tyson.
Holyfield.
I don't know if you can see us.
We can.
I have been trying to get on your stream with my name and it's never happened. I saw that you were
taking... Bapre.
Big fan.
Please continue, sir. Continue.
All right. I didn't prepare much of the story, but I always had a story that I wanted to tell.
भाई लोग को भी हाई बोलने दो ना सब लोग they are all like
They're all big fans.
अरे किधर तुम लोग है किधर लेकिन एकदम लाइट वेट है पीछे
हम लोग अभी इधर यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में पढ़ाई करने आए थे अभी
अरे पढ़ाई तो करने रहे आगे बढ़ो
चला ना
हो गया पढ़ाई हो गया
कुछ स्कैम वैम तो नहीं चल रहा ना मेकिंग फेक शूज और एनीथिंग उधर सब लोग साथ में
क्या शाहिद कपूर से मिलेगा
probably we have to do that soon because we've been trying to look for a job and then now we are all working.
Best of luck, guys. Okay, go for it. Tell us your ghost story.
All right, so let me think about it. Sorry, let me just I came on the stream. I didn't know.
आराम से सांस लेके बोल देना. I'm hoping you won't take as long as the previous story.
Yeah.
No.
तो हो ही नहीं सकता.
Hopefully not. All right, so this is a story that when I was in my hostel during my undergrad days. All right. So this was a story that was told by one of my few roommates who were there. So ये ऐसा time था where it was a vacation time and most of these hostels we were studying in south of India, so most of these South Indians used to go back home. So we were like the guys who used to live in North India and we used to stay back. So there were a few kids who used to live, so we used to go to their rooms and chill out for the night or something. So एक रात ऐसा हुआ था like one of my friend, he was awake, like they were watching a movie like in the room, and I'm sorry, I'm totally
take your time. Don't worry, take your time, dude. No issue.
Take a deep breath.
Not too much of time.
It must
5
be
seconds.
I hope the ghost is scary. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a spooky story. So this guy who told the story, he has never been serious in life. Like he हमेशा मजाक करते रहता था. He never told us anything seriously. Like if he said something, the next moment you would see that oh wow, ठीक है ये मजाक था. So he was talking about this incident that happened to them in the night, wherein he and one of his friends, they were in the same bed. So we had this bunk bed situation in hostel. So he and his other friend were on the same bed and they were watching a movie. And this other guy on the side slept off while watching the movie. And this guy continued watching the movie till the end. So रात के कुछ ऐसा 2:30, 3 o'clock कुछ हुआ होगा. And he apparently, like, this is a hostel and there is this corridor outside his door. So he hears this chanchal ka sound, like that पैर पे वो लड़कियां chanchal पहन के yeah. So somebody walking
Chanchal is my uncle's name. Chanchan Bey.
Why was your uncle outside his house, Cyrus?
On his feet.
So this
Payal.
Okay. This was the hostel room, right? So like right outside the door, he could hear this Payal. Sorry, I don't know what the actual word was. Yes, Payal. So Payal ka aisa sound.
Payal is my aunt's name, bro. This is really getting personal.
Why is your aunt now outside his house?
And this is my Payal version.
In my hostel, I believe. So anyway, continuing. So he could hear that sound like somebody's walking outside the door, and he thought like ये कोई बच्चे लोग होंगे जो ऐसा
like बकचोदी कर रहे हैं यहाँ वहाँ भाग रहे हैं ऐसा सब. He just thought that and he just tried to sleep. After a few minutes of hearing that sound, the sound completely stopped, and the next second he can hear the sound is coming inside of his room.
Oh my God!
Inside the room, like somebody is walking with that pyre right inside the room. Like
so he hears it like here, like right behind him.
Like right next to him. He could hear it like somebody is walking right next to him. And he tried to wake his friend up, like who was just right beside him. That guy is now waking up. So bunk bed ke niche bhi ek banda tha. He tried calling his name out. He's now waking up as well. Like it seems like he's trying to shout, but nobody's able to hear him. Like probably they're in deep sleep or whatever. He said to us, like this is his story that he told us. He said to us that he had to cry himself to sleep because he was not able to sleep at all. Like he could continuously hear that sound, like continuously somebody is walking, like for at least 5 minutes, somebody could hear that sound, like some ringing sound probably.
Yeah.
Okay, cut to that. He tells us the story. We are like, "Arey, kya chutiya bana raha hai na? You have never been serious, you know, whenever you tell us these kind of stories." So he, should you not, he just kept a straight face. Usually he gives a smile, you know, like friends when they give a fake story, they just give a smile in the end. Okay, हाँ चूतिया बना रहा. He didn't say. Exactly. I'm sorry. I know I have a lot of hand movements.
No. We're pointing to the friends in our panel.
Oh no. Oh. All right. So, okay. So cut to this. So now the next guy who was sitting next to, like who was lying next to him, he said that they were on the ground floor. And he said that after a while, he woke up to a dog howling right outside the window. Like they are on the ground floor. So ground floor ke वहाँ पे कुत्ता ऐसा window के बाहर ऐसे howl कर रहा है. This is what they tell us. So I'm like, ठीक है, तू क्या किया? He's like, you open the window and the dog stopped howling when you open that window. And he's just staring right onto that. So he like side में shelf था because book shelf था. वो वहाँ से एक pen लिया. Pen लेके वो कुत्ते के ऊपर फेंका, but the dog is not like, you know, running away or moving away or whatever. And he said this was his incident and this is what happened that same night. So we were like, इन लोग के ना मिलके story बना रहे हैं, ये सब हो रहा है, बकचोदी कर रहा है. We left it out. Then the guy who actually told the story, like the main guy who told the story, he told that he had an incident because of which he was like, he had to cry himself to sleep. Is because back in his home few years ago, he had this incident where he had something kind of demon haunting in his house. Apparently, that's what he said. And every night, his car used to turn on in the night. वो engine का आवाज आता था. And घर पे सब लोग सो रहे हैं, गाड़ी का चाबी भी अंदर है. And it used to just turn on. और रात सुबह उठते थे, they used to see blood drops on next to the tire.
Oh my God.
Okay. And they tried shifting homes. They had the same issue everywhere. That's what he said. And apparently, since they were Christians, they called the priest. And the priest asked them one question: did someone die unnatural death in your family? So his mom says, yes, my sister committed suicide by jumping in front of a car. So the priest then goes on to say that, you know, I believe this is your sister who's coming to haunt you back and she's trying to give you signals. So the only death that she ever had was in front of a car. So that's the only way she can signal this to you. So he felt that aunt of his had come back to the hostel. Like she's following him wherever he's going. So that's the reason why he, you know, like had to cry himself to sleep and chanchal ka awaaz and all. Nobody could explain what the chanchal, but I still believe it's kind of like a fake story. But this is what, like, you know, I have one story about that. That's all.
Good stuff, bro. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you, bro.
And Tyson वगैरह सब तुम लोग ठीक है ना?
सब बढ़िया. My name is Alvin, by the way. This is Royden and Dylan. We are big fans of you guys.
What man?
Did you not? 2020 lockdown. It was a very difficult year for all of us. We were all looking for jobs and stuff as an international student. You guys, your stream helped us so much. I mean,
that's
for
great,
me,
man.
to keep us mentally stable, it was really great. I mean, thank you so much for having this stream. Keep continuing. And Habu boost to everybody. Thank you so much.
Take care, guys. Best of luck.
Cyrus from Bachpan, from the MTV, VTV days. Oh my God, I've been watching you guys from that day.
Oh man, thank you so much, bro.
Also, हमेशा
नहीं आएगा. Don't worry, आएगा. But nowadays I'm busy with these stream credits, na. रात को इसलिए. Anyway, but bye guys. Thanks for calling. Really
so
much.
Thank you so much, man.
Finally, this name trick worked. I saw that y'all were taking from S, so I took my friend's ID and I came on T. So I was like, जाएगा S के बाद T आएगा तो
You
मेरा
really
नाम
think we think that much? पर उतना नहीं होता है.
मेरे को नहीं पता, मैंने ट्राई किया हुआ.
चल take care buddy. Bye guys, best of luck to you all.
Alicia Segal's got a crazy story apparently about California.
Cyril वापस गुल हो गया है. Caught him.
Yeah, पता है.
इतना बड़ा बेवकूफ है. He's made that guy do this and then we can't hear him. ऐसा drama.
Cyril क्या कर रहा है? You think he's washing his clothes? Your mic is off. Cyril.
वही नहीं रुक. I caught you. मैं जीत गया.
Hoezaay, चल.
Oh, nice.
मैं निकल रहा अभी.
I said that because I knew the real Cyril would come to defend himself. Look, Shilpa Denke says, loving these streams. Great work, guys. Thank you for bringing some scary but fun story sessions in this chaotic times we are living. We have nothing to do with this. We just come here, log call karte. What happens after that is not about us. We have nothing to do with that. Yes, we are taking. अरे किधर गया अभी तो था.
Alicia Segal, man. I have an epic story about California. Multiple ghosts and multiple people experienced it. A haunted apartment in a resort-style complex. Students living here.
Okay,
and
we'll
it's
bring
still
her.
unsolved. Tang.
Hey, lovely artwork, Nitin. Hey, maybe अपना शो ऑफ करेगा.
He's Nitin
दिव्या ने
Nair.
मेरे लिए बनाया. दिव्या.
Chan.
Hey guys.
Chan.
Hey,
Nitin.
Hey, yeah, it's Nitin. I just changed my name so that I'm the only guy on the internet with this spelling.
Very
So,
smart.
and
इनसे
guys
कोई नहीं और.
नहीं, नितिन नायर ये स्पेलिंग में कोई नहीं है.
अच्छा, very nice. Well played.
Oh,
Welcome to the
Malayali
stream, buddy.
മലയാളിയാണ് സർ അല്ലാണ്ട് ആരെങ്കിലും ഇത് കാണിക്കും.
അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ ഈ സ്ട്രീം മലയാളത്തിൽ ചെയ്യാം. സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ മക്കളെ നിതിൻ നായർ നമ്മൾക്ക് നല്ലൊരു പടം. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Lovely song.
So guys, before I begin, I just want to say like huge fans of you guys. Suresh sir, been a fan for years. Hoezaay, been a huge fan for a long time. Cyrus, amazing fan. Cyril, love the stuff you do.
Thank you, man.
So getting into the story, so I was in Bangalore in 2009, 2010, you know, had a bad breakup, moved to Bangalore from Bombay, trying to start up something and, you know, joined for my MBA and stuff in a college that, you know, I wouldn't want to take the name because it doesn't exist anymore. I think you guys can guess, Ponytail, etc. So I'm just saying, you know, that I was going through a really bad phase and I was at a time where, you know, it was more or less like, what do I say? Drinking. What else do you do?
Tough time coming up with the word. But yeah.
So I was an asshole at that point of time. Okay. So I was really bad to everyone around me. I had great friends, but I was an asshole. And I had this really annoying habit. I used to live in Sarjapur Road in Bangalore, which is like, you know, I think hardly 600 meters from the Marthali Ring Road. Yeah. And I had this horrible habit of, after drinking, like 3 or 4 drinks, guys, don't drink and drive. It's horrible. It seems fun when you're 22, not anymore when you're 37. Okay. So don't drink and drive. But I had this horrible habit. I used to have a few drinks, like 5 drinks for my quota. So I used to have like 4, get on my bullet, drive on Marthali Ring Road. There's this place called Berandur Gate, where there's a road to the right and left. So if you take the left, there is this road that goes around Berandur Lake. Okay, it's like horribly isolated, dark, no street lights whatsoever, quiet. And it's a route that these truckers take because they can actually, you know, bypass, you know, the main road and, you know, save a few kilometers in terms of, you know, traveling and stuff. So what they used to do is, what I used to do is I used to go on that road. I think around 1.2 kilometers down, I really don't know how to drive in the morning there or, you know, when I'm sober, but I knew exactly where I needed to be when I'm drunk. Okay, so I used to drive this. I think it was probably around 1.2 kilometers down. So there's this lake, beautiful atmosphere, silence all around. Okay, amazing place to just sit, reflect, convince yourself that you're doing shit with your life and tell yourself that tomorrow is going to be a new day and then go back, have that final drink there, go back, wake up the next day and then just feel shit and then just start drinking again. So it was that phase. So I used to do this almost on a daily basis. Sometimes there used to be friends along with me. Sometimes, I used to go alone. And there was this place like 1.2, 1.3 kilometers down that road, which had a small temple. Okay. Very small structure, temple, flattened ground right next to it. And there was a small road that, used to go down. And opposite to that was Belandur Lake. Now, Belandur Lake had this infamy of, getting, being on fire at least once a year.
Because of the foam and the toxicity in there.
Exactly. Foam and the toxicity. So it used to catch fire and stuff. So, but still, at night it was awesome. The whole, mahal was, amazing. And one thing I noticed, like after going there for like, a few weeks, was that right behind the temple, there was a graveyard with actual tombstones and, with, actual, people being buried there. So you go there. So I had this shit habit and I'm not proud of it now. I feel shit about it. I used to go and pee on gravestones. And one day what happened is I was just driving down again. And then when I reached that junction where I had to take the left, there was this guy standing there. And I still remember to this day, he was wearing a cream color shirt and a brown color pant. Okay, I see him under, the night light that was there, the street lamps. He was standing there and he's like, he stopped my bike. I stopped. Being a generally nice guy, I stopped. I said, what happened? I was like, kya hua? He's like, listen, I'm trying to get a lift, but no one is giving me a lift. I need to go to this place. So can you give me a lift? I said, no, I'm going left. I'm not going straight. I'm not going to Matalli. I'm going left. He's like, no problem. Give me, this is better because, on this road, these trucks come and I can get a lift to maybe to all the way to Mysore. I can get a lift. So, if you can give me a lift, it'll be nice. Okay. And I said, I'm not going the whole way either. Like that's like a 4-kilometer road. I'm not going to the end either. I'm just going halfway through. Right. He's like, that's okay. I'll get on your bike and, you just take me to where you're going and I can get a truck from there. That is guaranteed. Better than standing on the main road. So I was like, okay, it doesn't matter to me. I said, jump on. So he jumps on. I take him to the spot where I usually go, like next to the temple. I'm sitting down there and, I take out my drink. I'm like, listen, I have 2 pegs. You want to share one? He's like, no, you drink. I'll just wait for a truck. So I sat down. I had one drink and I'm talking to him. And he's replying, random stuff. So he seems very preoccupied looking for a truck and stuff, looking for vehicles. So there was like one vehicle that passed by that didn't stop. So he's like, okay, so trucks are coming. So don't worry, I'll get transport. You don't worry, you continue. So I had another drink. So I finished my bottle. So, and I, as usual, threw the bottle into the lake. Not good guys, but I threw the bottle into the lake, took a pee on a gravestone and came back. And then at that moment, it started raining. Okay, then I was like, shit, there's no place to stand here. I'll get fully wet. I'm going. Do you want to come with me? He's like, yeah, I'll come with you because I'll also get in the rain, wet in the rain. And then there's no one who's going to help me out in my travel. So I said, okay, I jump on my bike and my bike, although it's old, okay, it was an old 99 model Bullet at that point of time, modified and stuff. It used to start with one kick. Okay. Every single time you start with one kick, never let me down. Didn't start. Second kick, didn't start. Third kick, didn't start. Finally, I'm like, no, listen, get on. Okay, fine, I'm going. He's like, yeah. You start the bike, I'll jump on. By the 5th or 6th kick, bike started. And then I turned around and say, okay, come on. There's no one there. Wow. There's literally no one there. And now, initially I thought, fine, I'm drunk. But no, I remember each of these incidents ever so clearly that it can't be, my drunkenness that's actually causing this. I'm standing there, my hands, legs, everything had frozen. It's raining cats and dogs, but it's frozen. I can't move. My bike is like idling there. Finally, somehow, thunder strikes and I'm like, oh shit, I just get into my senses and I drive off.
Wow.
Okay, I drive to the main road and there what happens is, you have to cross the road again, you have to cross the road because I'm on the wrong side. I cross the road, I'm driving back. And, when I reach the junction, the Sarjapur Road junction, I see the same guy, cream shirt, brown pant, standing there asking me for a lift again.
Oh,
I lost it. I just didn't stop.
And he didn't remember you?
I don't know if he remembered me. I mean, you can't forget someone who looks as bad as this, although without a helmet
being
and stuff.
Modest. But wow, bro. So then that was the last.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't stop. Like I turned the corner at 45, 50 kilometers an hour. Somehow managed to stop myself from crashing and stuff. Reached home. I was shivering the whole night.
Wow.
And I stopped going there. I mean, I went there like a week later and said sorry to the gravestones and sorry to the temple where I used to sit. You
really sort of came to your senses after that. I'm not going to lie, the story was going, it could have gone anywhere, but then when you saw him again, I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah,
bro, thank you so much.
Cream shirt, brown pant, I would never forget it. I'm an atheist in general, but that really shook me up completely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, crazy.
Amazing, buddy. Thank you so much for being on this.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, man.
Listening to me out. Thank you guys. Cheers.
Beautiful.
We're going to do a quick game now. If anybody's drinking, you have to take a shot every time he mentions alcohol in that stream, and you will be smashed till next Saturday. But bro, that story was like it was going ding 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 ding. Then we met him again. I was like,
that shit has to happen to you. That has to.
I think
that happens to you, that could scar your brain, right?
The self-confession and self-realization of his problem.
How do we deal with stuff like that?
Yeah.
It's scary, but it's, anyways.
Let's hope he knows how to use the bathroom properly. That's about it.
Guys, I was gonna stop here. we'll take one last call because
Hoezaay,
one call had huge pauses in between.
You're like that auntie who refuses to leave the party in the end.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, okay, the doors open. You're like, hi, Mary. You want to have one more keema?
Everyone, Cyril is saying to end the stream, so we will end the stream.
Nice.
That's it. That's it.
The link to his Instagram is in my description.
No. That's an auntie. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm saying end the stream on a good note. Now, if you end the next call is not next call is not a good call, then Hoezaay, please say this again.
Shut the hell up. Sidhu says the story was Javani Ka Josh. Shailik said for Suresh to narrate the shutter story. I also liked it. It didn't have me for a lot of the story, but then that whole meeting the guy again, I was like, maja. So anyway, guys, Cyril has spoken.
If that happened to you, imagine this whole setting, this guy.
Hoezaay, kar. Ek aur call.
Karte.
नहीं, एक call.
No, I didn't decide now. I decided long back.
अरे मुझे वो कैलिफोर्निया वाली कहानी सुननी है यार. कैलिफोर्निया में क्या होता है?
चलो.
बाहर का भूत लोग कुछ अलग ही होता है. उनका पुराना होता है, अपना नया भूत.
तेरे प्रेशर पे यार. Hoezaay looking for like names and he's trying to calculate in his head.
No, Suresh said na Alicia को वापस लेके आना.
Alicia सब कह रहे हैं Alicia.
Yeah. Acha, listen, I want to remind you that after this call, Alicia, I'm so sorry. 1 second, I have a quick discussion. I want to remind you guys that after this call is done, you all wanted to end the stream, so we can't spend another 20 minutes fucking roasting me. Anyway, take 15. Okay,
give you 10.
Go for it, Alicia. Stage is all yours. You're the last caller.
Man. It's on you now.
Thank you for letting me back here. Okay, this story starts with I was in college. This off-campus apartment, it was just 3 girls, me, my roommate, and my suite mate. And we walked into our apartment, everything looks normal. It's a very resort style place because my college is in a very like bougie, rich person town. And we move all our stuff in, everything's nice for the first few days. I'm sitting at my desk one day and I have my door to the room open. So I'm like, I feel like people are probably just walking in and out if they want to, like my roommate. But one time I look back and I see like a black shadowy figure that I can kind of see through, but like I also can't make out like who this person is. Like I've never seen this person before. And the shadowy figure kind of like runs past and disappears into thin air. And so I can distinctly make out some features though. It's wearing a long black dress. It's wearing like Converse style like shoes. And it's of like a little girl, like it's a pretty short figure. And I don't know why it didn't like give me any like scary feeling inside. I felt very calm after seeing it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm in college. College students probably hallucinate. We don't sleep. We do God knows what on weekends. So I kind of just like pass it off. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. But a few days later, I'm talking to my suite mate, and I have to tell you that I haven't told anyone about this experience yet. So I haven't like told anyone and said like, oh, maybe you see it too. So she starts telling me that she saw something coming out of my room, and she wasn't sure if it was my roommate or me, but she could like also see through it, and it was a black shadowy figure of a little girl wearing a long dress with like Converse style shoes. And she tells me this straight up without me giving her any information about anything that I've seen. So I'm like, I saw that too. And we kind of like start maybe like freaking out a little bit in the sense like, why are we seeing the same thing? But then we both talk about how like neither of us have any bad feeling about this at all. For some reason, like we're still very calm. Then I leave to go home because, you know, they see parents, they want you to come home like occasionally. So I'm gone for a week. And in this week, I get this frantic call from my suite mate, and she's like screaming on the phone being like, oh my God, I saw another figure. This time I'm scared. And so this is what she describes to me. She's cooking in the kitchen. Okay. And there's no one else in the apartment. Like my roommate's not there. I'm obviously not there. And she turns around and she sees a figure of a really tall man standing right at the counter of the kitchen. And she can see through the figure, but she can also see the figure's face. And it's also like a black shadowy, like almost like if you take the smoke from a fire, like that type of black shadow. And she makes eye contact with this figure, like full on eye contact. She freezes in the kitchen, and then the figure turns its head and walks into her room. So her only safe haven from everything is now blocked for the figure. So she freaks out, and they both run to an apartment, or like not an apartment, but they run to a hotel, and they're like, we're not sleeping here. We call up the whole apartment complex. No one has ever died in that apartment, not even that building that we're in. So there's no death there. No one has had any strange like health conditions, because by California law, they're required to tell us if anything like that happened. So we're completely confused. They go back after a few nights at the hotel. They're like, okay, we'll like try to shift our lease over and everything. So we get them to agree to move us to a different apartment in a different building. But as we're packing, I take all my things pretty fast. I put them in the new apartment, and they're the last ones to leave. Like they're closing up the apartment after they take everything out. Thank you for the sound effect.
Yeah, wow.
The shit out of me, man.
That's scared because it was
go ahead,
not me.
Alicia.
It scared me also.
So as they're like packing up their last things, they're both in separate rooms. And for some reason, they both feel like the energy just drop. But there's no sound and there's no visual thing. They just both feel something, and neither of them are like talking to each other. So it's not like they can tell each other, like, do you feel that? But then they walk into the room after, like in the common area, and they're like, did you feel that? And they both like felt the same like weird thing. So at this point, they're like, okay, we're just taking our boxes real fast. They get everything out of the apartment, and they're like literally locking the door. And as they're locking the door, the blinds on the wall that have like the glass door to go to the balcony are going crazy. They're just moving like erratically, and each individual blind is like shifting like this. No one knows what's happening. So they just like quickly lock it, run out, go to the new apartment. To this day, we still don't know why any of this happened, who the man was, who the little girl was, why they were there, if they were mad at us. I think the man was mad at my friend. There are new people living in this apartment, and I occasionally walk by to see if I can see anything in the windows, like is something crazy happening or like people screaming, anything weird. We haven't heard anything yet, but the leasing office now remembers us and gives us updates on it. That was pretty much the story.
Oh, wow.
Okay, man.
Good
Alicia,
story,
where are you
Alicia.
now?
Thank
Because
you.
there's something behind you that passed.
It's a wall.
Yeah, well, it's like a smoke monster with it's not fantastic.
Well,
People behind you
I
is
should
very
say,
common.
though,
Yeah.
that the apartment I'm living in next year came with a notice that someone died there. So I don't know if we're repeating this next year.
It's all you, that means basically.
Yeah.
You're just attracting all of it.
Right. They travel with you.
Maybe.
They didn't look
Nice.
anything like that.
Yeah.
In Suresh's
Yeah,
street?
behind Suresh is
See?
Anyway,
No, I wish. That would have been funny.
That's
Yeah.
a monster. That's a ghost on a trampoline.
Hey, funny ghosts. They don't scare you. They're just doing
Ghosts on
stand-up.
Ghost comes and does like stand up for 15 minutes.
yo, everyone,
mean,
happy
Right.
Independence Day. It is
Happy Independence
officially the
Day.
15th.
Oh, happy
I was
Independence
waiting
Day,
for 12
everybody.
o'clock.
Happy Independence Day, everybody.
Alicia, thank you for that story. That
Bye,
was
Alicia.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alicia.
Have a fantastic one.
Wow. So,
Ah,
the quick
sorry.
stream review. We had our ups, we had our downs. Cyril, what are you doing?
let's take a recap on my previous comment.
Previously on recaps.
I don't understand what is
Previously on
happening.
recaps. Nice.
Sneha said to say, this was Suresh sir and Cyril making today's stream extra fun. Extra habubu points for Suresh and
So
Cyril.
sweet. So
And
sweet.
Cyril, I'm gonna get
Cyril.
you to see a doctor soon about this issue that you have with putting those videos on. And
I have to say, I was recording, editing on Adobe Premiere Pro, and
Shut
putting it
the hell up.
onto Zoom while this was all going on.
While
Anyway,
the guys guest as much.
Legend.
anyway, guys, the stream is done now.
No,
तुमको
no,
जो
no, no, no,
करने
no,
का
no.
कर सकते हो.
Me and Cyrus and Suresh want to talk about life
हाँ, बोलो बोलो.
Yeah.
and the
And
consequences of,
Yeah.
Ghostly sightings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, she's
ये-
back.
मैं उधर ना मैं बिल्डिंग के ऊपर थी और एक बंदा नीचे था अपना वो टूबॉक बियर के साथ में उसको बोले ए इधर रेंटिंग नहीं कर सकते तुम चल फट मैं थी
Yeah.
उधर हाँ
You can tell me something,
याद
guys.
have ghost stories stopped recently? I don't know, man. Do you think that the world we live in now, like the spirit world, is just like away? Like you used to hear so much more about this.
You have to go deep.
than now.
जंगल के अंदर जाना पड़ता है वो पहाड़ में जाना पड़ता है सिरिल के
हाँ।
घर पे जाना पड़ता है
देखिए सर, ये आपका जो क्वेश्चन है बहुत पर्टेनेंट है और क्या हुआ है कि आजकल ना बहुत पॉपुलेशन की वजह से ज्यादा भूत कहानी होते नहीं, जैसे हमारे जो पहले जनरेशन पे खाली बंगला पे रहते इसलिए बहुत स्टोरीज आता था।
यार सिरिल
अभी-
एक तो बता दे यार, कोई एक कहानी
अभी
बताना,
क्या
कोई
चीज है ना,
बैंड्रा की भूतिया
शायद भूत है तेरे घर पे सारे सूरज के घर पे,
कहानी।
होते
तो
के
यार
घर पे।
ये शीशा ना उस दिन
लेकिन-
उल्टा हो गया था।
हाँ, हमारे जो दिमाग है ना वो ऑटोमेटिकली थिंक ये तो हवा था, ये तो फॉल्टी कार्पेंट्री था, ये तो
Thank you,
कुछ
Kunal.
किया था, why did my wife shift the furniture in the night? So
I'd
I
like to
used
point out something. Cyril, that mic you're using, is it connected anywhere?
No sir, it's just
Yeah.
it's,
What the hell is
Really,
that?
yeah. Every sociopath test you'd max.
You'd max. Oh, so today, man, there were some really good stories in the starting half of this stream.
I can't take you seriously right now.
No,
Jose.
I enjoyed. Oh, doctor
But
का
Hoezaay,
story
which
अच्छा
story
था.
you like? Tell me the
Yeah.
doctor ka story, chal. Just
No,
quickly.
why? You just watch go back and watch.
Tell us in 30 seconds. Come on.
Doctor ka story. Doctor ka
doctor
story
was
was about the village that he went and they had to circle it around
अरे
6
क्या कर
times.
रहे हो भाई? We did it live already. He can go
Oh,
back and
अच्छा.
why wasting it?
But many people have just joined on to the stream and they
No,
also want to
we'll
know.
fuck them. Anyway,
So,
So
yeah.
basically, also then he went knocking to all these houses and then one person opened and they opened. He came लालटेन लेके आगे चला था गाड़ी
देखिए
में
सर,
घुसा।
सुरेश जी, आजकल ना ये जो YouTube का है उसको आपको पॉज
Dude,
और
I just had a
स्क्रॉल बैक भी कर सकते
मैं
हैं
और नहीं सह सकता.
I had a freaky idea. What if you landed in a village where there were only twins and triplets?
सर ये
And then
एक मिनट
every
में लेते
house
सर।
you go to.
हाँ सर, ये एक विलेज है
Oh,
हमारे
very creepy
महाराष्ट्र
story,
के अंदर
yeah.
है। There is a village in
There
Maharashtra
is a
that
village.
has
Only
yeah,
twins.
yeah, only twins.
What
Thank
are
you, Saurabh. Happy
saying?
Independence Day to you
So
too.
that would freak this fucking your brains.
They say something in the water that's causing that to have everyone who has children has twins out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Suresh gonna let the ghost inside his
Suresh,
house. He's like, आप
Suresh, क्या
कब
कर
से
रहे
आप
हो?
बाहर हो, आप अंदर आ जाना.
How?
Bean bag tales. सुरेश सर प्लीज पायल का आवाज एक बार फिर से कर दो. सोने से पहले ठीक से सुसुने आ रही है. Thank you. Wow. Akshit Nair says thank you. He really did it also seriously. Okay, guys, we're doing the wrap up. Cyril, please bring that video on now if you want to. Do not forget to hit like on the
Suresh
stream,
is
guys.
watching like a hawkeye and he knows when the loop kicks in here.
फिर से किया. Very nice. Don't forget to hit like on the stream, subscribe, go to the description of this video and send love to all these amazing panelists. Suresh Menon,
Chimichanga.
Cyrus Sahukar,
Shimmy, shake it.
Cyril
Diablo.
Hoezaay Kawako.
मैं चाहिए उधर ना वो लड़की वो मेरे को बताया कि अभी डिस्कॉर्ड पे ना और भी गोष्ठी होने वाला है उधर, तो आप लोग भी जाओ डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर में. इन लोग का पता नहीं क्या प्रॉब्लम है बट करेंगे और 3 घंटे के लिए. आई डोंट नो व्हाट्स रॉन्ग विद
Listen, I want to. I think.
Yeah, you want to take an opportunity.
They go on to quite late. I want to take an opportunity to say that we need to create a new awards segment in these streams, right? And
Dude.
awards is reaction to stories. Now, there's one sweet
I didn't
story
see
that
that
went on
coming.
for a little longer than we anticipated. Yeah. And I think the award for best reaction, sir, should go to
me, of course. Harkrat Singh says stream khatam ho gaya, ab podcast karo bhai log. Very funny. Suresh Menon, big round of applause for those the tea bagging. Sorry, I mean the tea.
Suresh ka background, sir. 10 on 10, sir. 10 on 10.
Nahi kar payega. Brilliant. Yes, and also please guys, don't forget to the 3,119 people here. Please go hit like if you have not already done it. Please I'm going to quickly hit end stream before
I like to take this opportunity. 1 second. I just want to go back to Suresh's background. I just want to say that Suresh is when he's doing it live, he's like, to pata hai story, But his background is this crazy psychopath. This is with amazing, like crazy energy. I'm like, what did you have when you made that background?
When did you do that? When did you shoot this?
Yesterday, just before the last stream. So I just thought, because it's Friday the 13th, I will just make sure there's something interesting in the background.
Hey, somebody, Teja says Suresh's neighbor still looking for a tea strainer.
Tea strainer, very, very funny. So I went to the window because there's a bunch of guys standing there and, and all.
I thought the sentence was going to end.
I was distracted.
You become incoherent in the middle of something.
Yeah, I can
Did you just lose interest completely?
No, I can still hear them. I'm just trying to figure out what they find, a fight or something like that.
Anyway, Hira Log, Dutlipan Puslis Nai, thank you everybody who's been here.
Yeah.
You have witnessed another
big city stream.
This whole twins village.
Everyone, just another unnerving session of ghosting.
That brings us to the end of another unnerving
session.
Will we ever end this stream?
Suresh, I'm ending it. What do you try?
Wait. Let me see this. I just saw one. I can see the little girl thing on my YouTube channel right now.
Yeah.
Who is telling us about the ghost about a friend's possession. This thing. So in that one shot, I saw me like this. Hoezaay is like this. Cyrus is like this. And Cyril is just staring at the screen. So
that's the loop.
Hey, that moment where I said, Cyrus, jaldi utho.
Really funny. But your Hoezaay, you're like this.
I was poking inside my eye and all.
No, Hoezaay sir has not slept at all.
No, I don't sleep only anyway. Fade out ho raha hai, guys. Fade out. Voices. Mahal. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much.
I'm in my hall.
Thank you everyone for watching. Ghosties, good night. नहीं बीच में मेरे को थोड़ा वो कबूतर का आवाज निकला. Cyril, you doing?
No. I know what happened. Don't say you forgot to press the button and now he's blaming me.
Actually,
I heard the clicking, click.
You can hear mouse clicks. You son you mouse clicker.
पकड़ लिया तूने.
चल. Good night everyone. Thanks for being here.
Guys, thank you so much, man.